We are live! Welcome you all to the round number 23 of LBFF Season 7. I am your captain for the night, Marcelo Ferrantini here, bringing you all the action for those amazing 6 maps that we are going to have here today on our second to last week of the regular season of LBFF 7. And of course, I am not by myself. I have my co-pilot, Isa, here with me. How you doing, Isa?
I'm doing so well. How are you, Marcelo?
Good.
And of course, today we will be seeing finally Group B playing, so a lot to expect. And I really do think that today we're going to see some different stuff from those teams, especially because we have some interesting teams in the Group B that need something better. And I'm expecting a lot from Fluxo because I got inside information that they are going to start a new game adapting to the Charge Buster and adapting to how the teams started playing after we got it. Because we know, of course, the Charge Buster is such a big metagaming inside of the game. It also brings us a lot of differences in the rush and the aggressive gameplays of the teams, and I'm hoping to see some of that today.
And of course, we gotta check out the standings to know how we are getting to the game here today. We will be having the standings on the screen for you guys to check out. We have before leading after a great result yesterday here, and we have Magic Squad trying to retake the lead here today. Los Grandes still, after a great day yesterday, trying to get into the fight for the top 2. It's a tough challenge for them, but the increase for this team is really good. Fluxo trying to go back to the fight for the top. Corinthians also, after a decent day yesterday, still trying to fight to get higher on the rankings. Metagaming with the 9th position, dealing today with Vasco and Loud and Gadunidas that come to play that weren't playing here yesterday. We have Tropa getting to retake the 13th position from Nitrox. However, Real, Liberty, and 00 Nation fighting against relegation. So today is a really important day in a lot of fronts in the fight, right, Isa?
Yes. And 00 Nation has a chance not to only get past Natchez Miners and get out of the relegation zone, but if they do have a good day today, they probably will also pass Real. So they might take over the 15th position, which for a team that was for so long in the 17th, 18th position is great. So, and as well, we have Magic Squad probably having one of the most decisive days of their season right now, because today, if they also do not do well like we saw yesterday and last week before, we'll have a very easy job keeping the first position, and I'm sure that Magic Squad does not want that to happen. So Magic Squad having a pretty decisive day today.
And we gotta shout out the guys on the chat over here. Some guys with Cyrillic names. I don't know how to read Cyrillic. I'm sorry. Pren Gaming here saying he's from India. Tyreek cheering for Cias for Fluxo. We have Navi Vagini over here. We have Diego Luiz. Smith X07 cheering for the Fluxo comeback. And we have Samuel Lopes Baut here cheering for Vasco. And it's important to know that we are having people cheering for the newcomers, because not only Vasco, but a lot of newcomers are really making their names here in LBFF Season 7, right?
Yes, for sure. Magic Squad is one of them, probably one of the biggest highlights of the season. And we've talked a lot about them throughout all of the season, but we have some very interesting newcomers this season, while we still have 00 Nation that probably will get out of the relegation zone today. And we still have some teams that are kind of on the top to the middle of the charts, like probably Gadunidas is kind of in the middle of the standings, and they are also a team that just came back from the series. So we got a lot of changes for the season, and we are seeing that happening in the standings.
And not only talking about teams that are newcomers, we gotta talk about the players that are newcomers, because there's a discussion over here. Who is the best rookie of the season?
Novatos no Free Fire. Até a rapaziada pegar o game? A zoeira não tem fim. Só que todo profissa já foi juvenil um dia. Bora subir o nível? Tentar trollar os estreantes da LB7? Vai lá, amigão. Tenta a sorte.
Será que doutrina? Chega mais um Ender, explodiu 2. A pressão da BD Vasco! Ender! Seu maravilhoso!
Se bem que às vezes, até rola.
psicológico é muito importante, meus amigos.
Opa!
É muito importante.
Ei, Miroha.
E vai ter que descer, né?
Voar, e agora é cair, descer. Bom, hein?
Essa é uma farpinha de leve, Leno. Você joga demais, moleque. Bora pro que interessa. São 22 estreantes da LB7, espalhados por 11 times. Toda essa rapaziada disputa o mesmo prêmio, a revelação da temporada. E quem decide o vencedor é você. É, você mesmo, aí de casa. O nosso diamantezinho, a nossa pedra sagrada do Frifas, o público. E aí, já escolheu o seu preferido? Não? Então cola comigo, bora! Eu não sou Paulo Vinícius Coelho, mas também trabalho com números. A nossa gigantesca equipe de analistas levantou os dados dos melhores estreantes da temporada. E no quesito dano, os meninos da BD Vasco estão rabiscando. Já o Eric da Metagaming é o estreante com mais assistências. A rapaziada da BD tá na cola.
O que eu acho que foi mais difícil assim na minha estreia foi o nervosismo. Nesse primeiro dia eu fiquei muito nervoso, mas com o tempo eu me acostumei e foi tranquilo.
A gente segue o baile com a galerinha que não tem piedade.
Passou a primeira no vazio, até agora sim, agora caiu. Ender coloca a Kawa no chão, Noda no solo também, só tem Lost Cronos.
A dupla Ender e Easy do Vasco é a que tem mais abates entre os estreantes.
Ender já preparando uma biribinha, ousado já dá linha na pipa, vai tentar auxiliar o seu companheiro que tá na parte de cima, ainda dá pra levantar mais uma, mais agradada! Calculada, Ender!
Minha meta sempre foi ajudar minha equipe na parte coletiva. O MVP tá sendo consequência de tudo que nós estamos trabalhando.
Ficou mais suave, né? Deu aquela clareada na mente? Então vem comigo que você vai longe. A votação do prêmio vai ser aberta quando terminar a fase de classificação, no dia 5 de abril. E a gente só vai revelar o vencedor na final da LB7. E aí, já escolheu o seu?
And there are a lot of guys making their names here in LB7. Hender, Easy, Trap. Those three guys fought for the MVP of Series B last season and now are fighting not only for the MVP prize, the MVP award, but for the Breakthrough Player of the Year. So it's really important to take a look on those guys.
Yes, and of course they are players that really changed the game in the A series. We know that when we change teams, we change players, and we are always bringing something new into the competitive scenario. So those players are the biggest responsibles for this kind of change inside of the competitive scenario, and they are really, really good.
And it's important for us. I'm gonna ask my commander here to bring the kill leaders list for us to discuss what happens with those guys when they get used to Series A. We have Iago here as our leader, but we are not seeing here Hender and Easy. However, they stood here for 7 weeks as some of those kill leaders list. And we have here Cias, that is not a newcomer anymore. He came to LBFF on season 4, but he was a champion as a newcomer. He's already a former MVP, so it's really important to see. Vitinho XP was a newcomer 2 seasons ago, so it doesn't take long for the newcomers to be highlighted on those lists, right?
Yes, for sure. And I'm sure that if Black Dragons Vasco was not being through a rough patch right now in the championship, they would still be here in the kill leaders list. But as we saw, it's not too far away, depending on how Black Dragons Vasco makes those last 2 weeks and maybe the finals even. We're gonna see them kind of showing up in the top 10, top 5 of MVPs of the season. And of course, it's important for them, especially being newcomers, to appear to really give out their names for everyone, especially for the public, to really recognize these players as faces of the LBFF.
And of course, there is a new metric for us to check out on how those players are impacting the game, and it's FF Squad.
Yes.
The most casted players from FF Squad are here for you guys to check out. Hender is there. He is the number 5 as the most casted players in LBFF. And we have Rigby here as the most casted player. The newcomers are making their names here. And if you guys want to play, access ffsquad.com.br and join us on the fantasy game of LBFF, because those players are indeed making a splash around the whole scene, not only in the real game, but the fantasy game as well. And Isa, we're heading to a map where Vasco was really dominant for a while. Purgatory was a map that Vasco got a lot of straight booyahs. We know that their best map is Bermuda, but Purgatory is still one map that they make it count.
Yes, definitely. And there's a lot to expect for all of the teams, but I am starting to think that really the maps only start to matter in terms of the teams' gameplay and all when we are reaching like the third, fourth map, because when we always are in the first map, we see some teams that usually do great in some kind of in Purgatory doing badly, or some team that goes great in Kalahari doing badly as well. So I'm starting to think that the beginning of the maps is really just the way for the teams to warm up to the day and to feel the tone, to set the tone for the day, because really we're having some changes in how the teams are making those maps.
And despite the fact that we're having the group confrontation, all the groups confrontation week after week, every group plays each other every week. Changes are being made to the game that make those confrontations differently week after week, right?
Yes. And the confrontations are being different, especially during this metagaming changing. And we know that the metagaming has changed not only once this season. We are seeing some big changes, and includingly, we still have an update in the Free Fire here in Brazil that's going to come out next week. So for next week, we're going to see, once again, the championship changing, the teams adapting to something new that's been brought into the game. And that's something that happened at least twice here in this season alone, so it's taking more than ever a lot of ways to adapt, a lot of adaptation for all of the teams, and that's being really one of the most valuable qualities, especially due to those changes.
And the teams will have only 1 week to play in the new meta game before the finals.
Yes.
To play competitively, I mean, to play inside of the servers on matches counting for LBFF. So next week will not only be decisive on which teams will go where, which teams will be on Serie A, which teams will be on the finals, which teams will be on the Access Group, who will be relegated, but it will be a decisive moment to see which teams will adapt best to the last metagaming of the season.
Yes, and of course, it is something that is not so decisive. The things that are going to change the most are how the characters are set and how their abilities are changing. But still, if one team is very prepared and psychologically ready for the finals, I think that they will be able to adapt no matter what. But it's going to be hard to see if some of those teams are going to be able to use those new abilities, those new skills, and bring something extra. That's going to be what's the most important thing for us to watch, especially getting to the finals.
Shoutouts to Só Shorts, cheering for BD Vasco. Shorts is indeed the best way to go. Ezequiel Gomes here, RG Gripan saying, come on Fluxo. Amir Ahman Ahmed over here, Bin Laden 777. Pavitra, Maria Meirelles, Abhav24, Maria Meirelles, you are all inside of the plane because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from flight R23D1 heading straight to Purgatory. This is your Captain Marcelo Ferrantini and by my son, co-pilot Isa, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa!
And here we are for the first map of Purgatory, and it seems like the teams are just starting to fall out in an airplane route that just cut the map straight through the horizontal, which is not common for Purgatory. So let's check it out, because everyone's going to their usual drop calls, as we are very much used to for this step of the championship. Real going to Lumber Mill, but might be seen by 00 Nation. 00 Nation that has Dudu falling in the side of campsite, and I am kind of seeing some strange proximity here, Marcelo.
Some weird proximity indeed, as we check 00 Nation on the Forge with 1-9 using the Saitama skin. That's an obligation by 1-9. It's on his contract that he has to wear the Saitama skin, as he is the Brazilian Saitama. Shoutouts to Facts Everything, cheering for Loud. We have Tyreek here saying Hender is the best rookie. I tend to agree with him. Maria Meirelles cheering for Loud. Suleimani Houari cheering for Fluxo. Lucas FF telling the guys from outside of the country to throw up the L. He cheers for Loud. Bobs gets the first kill. The first
On top
blood
of
the
K1.
game on K1. And Loud is really spread throughout their usual drop call, isn't it?
Yes, Magic Squad making the drop call of fields not only in the confrontation of groups A and C, but also doing that call in the confrontation that they usually fell on Forge. That just shows how Magic Squad is really practicing their drop calls for the finals, because counting Vivo Cage on the finals, they know that they won't be able to fall to drop call at Forge. So right now they are working their call on fields on all confrontations. And they just got a kill on Loud that started their pathway to Crossroads in the beginning of fields that we know to be Magic Squad's area. So I'm looking forward to seeing if this confrontation is gonna stick or if Loud's gonna go just straight to Crossroads and really leave the fields area for Magic Squad.
It doesn't seem that Loud is going to go for the fight, and Magic Squad also don't want to go for the fight. They are leaving fields. They are going downhill to see where they will get the best loot. We see that they have their full squad. They are rotating to the lower part of the map, and it seems that fields will be outside of the safe zone indeed as well, Isa.
Yes, the safe zone closing outside of fields will mean that Magic Squad will have to work very fast and very smart rotation. And right now we are seeing all of the teams in the South Island of the map of Purgatory still on their drop calls. Liberty is starting to make their first steps onto a rotation, and we are at 3 minutes in the map. As far as the other teams go, they are still very much staying in their drop calls, while we have the first safe zone starting to shrink.
And we have their K1 back in the game. Kronos was the one to bring them back. And we are watching Liberty over here, as you pointed out. And Liberty had an awful day yesterday. They saw some of their rivals have a great day, and they had a bad day yesterday. And it made their lives a little bit difficult because they are still in a tough fight against relegation, isn't it?
Yes. Liberty having that bad day will definitely impact them on terms of the standings, of the punctuation that they need, especially because Netshoes Miners did not do as badly yesterday. And 0-0 Nation already has some advantage in points towards those teams that are occupying the bottom two. So 0-0 Nation with this advantage and Netshoes Miners seemingly having some progress will really make Liberty's life a lot more difficult. But I just like so much how Coding just parked their car in the driveway for the White House, for the Yellow House, actually.
And there we have the confrontation between God Unidas and Los Grandes. We see Rigby rotating. He wants to find Gus. Gus uses the eyes. He protects himself, goes for the leap. As we have Fon helping, Juan actually helping Gus over there. And God Unidas already takes the house to themselves, and they are going for the fight. But Marreta is on the floor, and Bunge will take him down.
Danger.
As the danger zone takes Rigby and Junin, helping Los Grandes get an easy fight with God Unidas. The danger zone is the MVP for Los Grandes, Isa.
Oh my god, God Unidas must be very mad right now because the danger zone knocked down not only one but two players and really gave it up for Los Grandes. So Mike right now alone, and in that house he will have to work a very smart timing in rotation, otherwise he will not be able to get out of there. And of course it's going to be very hard for him to make any kind of saves for his teammates.
And there we have Juan once again taking control of that same house. We have the last player from God Unidas leaving and trying to get to a place where he can bring back his teammates, but Metagaming is now coming after 0-0 Nation in the open, and 0-0 Nation with shelter, with cover, now takes the advantage with the shots from 1-9, taking down Pão. The grenades are coming from tThe FFX. 0-0 Nation with a great run now for a good defense against Metagaming. tThe FFX will put Eric to the floor. One more grenade will take him out. Davi takes Fonzin, but Gus brings Fonzin back immediately. tThe will take Eric back to the lobby. Now we have full advantage onto 0-0 Nation. Lucky God is rotating through the ice, trying to find Pão, and he will get a shot. Nice job by Lucky God, taking the second player from Metagaming from the game. We see tThe trying to run away, trying to leave campsite, and it was a really bad advance by the Metagaming squad, Isa.
Yes, Metagaming that is not having a good moment in the championship, and they are kind of risking losing their 12th position in the standings, Marcelo, especially counting on Tropa or maybe Nitrox even getting a better performance for this last week. So right now, 0-0 Nation guaranteeing 2 kills, 2 eliminations that are going to be good for them for the rest of this map, while the Heart Zone is being used by probably the last players of Metagaming.
We see that 0-0 Nation is rotating outside of the safe zone to go after the players from
Also
Metagaming,
Magic
and
Squad.
also Magic Squad is going for the fight. 3 teams going for the usage of the Heart Zone, and it's not Metagaming that is using it right now, is it?
Yes.
It is. And Bueno will put the FFX to the floor. 2 teams going through the open, leaving the space to Bueno to put 2 players down. He gets a kill on Dudu FFX and on 1-9. It leaves Lucky God and Honey all by themselves to come back, as Metagaming brought also those 2 players back, and they will have the advantage onto 0-0 Nation. They lost 1 more player, and they were trapped in their needs to get some more points, in their desperation to get some more points. They ended up losing 3 players and leaving Lucky God to fight all by himself. God Unidos also goes down on the hands of K1, and Lucky God is using the ice, trying to get some space to go out, and tThe has a car, and he will put Lucky God down. That was too greedy of 0-0 Nation to try to get those points, Isa.
Yes, even though they seem to have a clear path towards the Heart Zone, Magic Squad also thought the same. So right now, 0-0 Nation's mistake was to not predict that some other team around would also want to get the kills on the players in the Heart Zone. And of course, since this is such an open field, such an open area of the map, it was hard for them to make this advance completely out in the open, while the safe zone is seemingly closing towards Brasilia because most of the teams are in that region.
And check this out, Fluxo in the 5th position and Liberty in the 16th position are tied with 5 booyahs. Fluxo is the 2nd team with the most kills in the season. However, they still got only 5 booyahs on their account. And we gotta remind everyone, Fluxo was the 2nd to last team to get a booyah. They and Netshoes Miners didn't have a booyah up until week number 3.
Yes. Of course, Fluxo got their booyah, but still, it is interesting to see how Fluxo's style of gameplay has been changing, because we saw that in the beginning of the season, we saw Fluxo as a very aggressive team that in the end game did not have enough resources to get the booyah, but still they were always present on the end games. They were always getting their squad wipes, getting their rushes right, and as we grew across the championship, as we are getting towards the finals, Fluxo has been having some trouble, especially with some kinds of rotations in some maps, and also with some rushes due to the charge buster. So I think that the charge buster changing the rush is what probably made it harder for Fluxo.
And not only Fluxo was used to get to the end game, but they were used to get to the end game with a lot of kills. That's what put them on the top of the standings for so long throughout the season, and what holds them in the 5th position up until right now. And we see Bueno now checking and surveying the players from Metagaming. Shots are out, and Mamute will go down. Nice shot by Bueno, taking down the first player from Metagaming. Eric was there to bring Mamute back. He uses the ice, and now Bobs is trying to break the ice with the car. Lots of players in the Metagaming squad using sniper rifles. Bueno with the AWM, we see also Bobs with the car, and their support is not on the play here today. We don't have Guasha and got Q on the starting lineup. The 2 supports are not playing for Metagaming here today, so everyone is sharing a sniper rifle. We see Drax over there trying to deal with the rush from Real. Grenades from Bobs will deal some damage to Triple X, and Drax will come over. Bobs and Drax are making it count. Italo gets 1 as well, and Magic Squad can come back to try to destroy Real. Italo goes to the floor, but Drax comes over and trades the takedown. He will bring Italo back as Japexel comes over trying to rush. Italo has the CR7 up, up, and they will get the squad wipe onto Real. As we see Corinthians going over and trying to take down the players from Loud, and Tropa is also getting into the fight with Liberty coming over. Moreira will be taken down by Vitinho XP. Tropa goes down in the 9th position. Corinthians have their hands on a lot of kills, 4 for them, taking down the whole Tropa squad, and now they're going after Liberty. Liberty is stalking their prey from behind the house, and Corinthians is coming over, but we also see Magic Squad looking for the kills onto the players of Metagaming. Bobs was sighted by Pão. He was trying to flank the players from Real, and he will put Pão to the floor, but Mamute brings it back, sends Bobs to sleep, and the kill will be confirmed onto Pão. We see over there Loud fighting against Corinthians. The fight is still on, and we see Bueno leading the rush. He will put Mamute to the floor. Cauê is by his side, and he will have some trouble trying to keep Metagaming alive. Now, Bueno opens up, goes for the ice, and takes down Mamute and Cauê. 11 kills on the hands of Magic Squad. They will take the lead back from before in this matchup, Isa.
Oh my god, what a gameplay by Magic Squad. They were wiping every single squad that they encountered on their way, and that is such a beautiful way for them to start playing, and that's the game that we know from Magic Squad. So they starting off in this much aggressive, much settled game. It's really good for them, especially trying to take back the leadership, and even if they fall right now, they still have a lot of points to count on.
Japa Piquer goes to the floor on the hands of Bobs. Once again, Magic Squad going for a fight and taking the first player from Fluxo, leading them with the advantage. They will try to engage against Fluxo. They are getting to the safe zone, opening up some space for them to get to a good position uphill, and they will have their sights on Fluxo right now, Isa.
What a match for Magic Squad. Not even Fluxo was able to, even though they had the advantage of the safe zone, Fluxo was not able to stop Magic Squad from coming in, and they gather right now 12 eliminations, while Fluxo still tries to get to the School of Brasilia, as we call it here in Brazil. So Fluxo getting to this position, they probably will be having an advantage.
But look at Cias, he gets the head of Pato. It's duck hunting season for Cias, and Pexin will try to bring it back. Cias has the Balbal on his hands. Back will go over, trying to take Cias, and he will be putting Cias to the floor with the Charge Buster. He gets the kill onto the player of Fluxo, and now Fluxo loses 2 important players to try to get to the end game. They only have the last remaining player of the squad, which is Ousado, because Fac fell to the gas. So they only have Ousado to try to hold this advantage that is coming also from Magic Squad. Check out the rotation from Magic Squad coming from the north. They will be sighted by a lot of teams. That might not be the best rotation, but they will get closer and closer to Fluxo over there. We see Chucky trying to find a good space. Cebolinha will put Drax to the floor. Los Grandes is holding the door for Magic Squad. Bobs brings it back, sends Hype to the floor, and now they will have the time to bring back Bueno. Grenade launcher shot by Pexin. Gus will put Bueno to the floor once again. Pato will get Drax. Bueno goes down as we see Liberty trying to get some points. Bobs brings it back with the grenade launcher. Puts Davi to the floor as Hype takes Bobs with the grenade. Nice job by Hype. Now with time to bring Davi back into the match. We see Drax on the floor. Hype will use the grenade to get the kill. He gets the kill on Bobs as well, but Italo brings it back, sends Hype to the floor, but Davi comes over and exchanges the kill. Ousado is over there to try to take down the players from Liberty. It will be an amazing play if Ousado took down the players from Liberty and summed up a few points for Fluxo. But he's inside of the gas. He's taking a lot of damage as Liberty loses 2 important players in Hype and Davi. Gus takes 2 down with the same grenade onto the players of Corinthians, but Los Grandes will also have to deal with Loud on that same side. Kronos will put Gus to the floor, opening up the fight for Loud. We see Hazur healing a little bit. Bund is over there healing as well. As we see Memgard, Vitinho XP, Hazur, and Bund in a good position to go for the end game. Vitinho XP puts K1 to the floor as we see Hazur over there. Kronos is rotating, trying to get to inside of the house as we see Hazur still surrounded by ice with Bundy by his side. He tries to gather some information. The players from Corinthians are rotating their view over there, but who is inside of the safe zone is Los Grandes. We're getting to 15.5 minutes, and look at the grenade from K1. Look at the grenade putting Bunch and Vitinho to the floor. Now there's only Memgard and Hazur to fight, but Hazur puts Kronos to the floor. Lost comes over and takes Memgard to the floor. 3 kills and 4 kills. Loud destroys Corinthians, and they have the open path to go inside of the safe zone. We have 4 teams, 13 players. Only one from Liberty, and then we have Vasco, Los Grandes, and Loud. Now Gus puts Leno to the floor. He will get the kill confirmation on Leno. Quadra kill for Gus in this matchup. Los Grandes quietly summing up some kills to get them to the end game. Fawn just saw the players from Loud rotating. He will try to get a good position to fight. They have a nice numbers advantage, and Easy will get a kill on Pato. And now it's a three teams, 11 players in this matchup, as we have 4 from Los Grandes, 4 from Loud, and 3 from Vasco. Vasco also getting to the end game over here, trying to go for the fight, as Noda takes a lot of shots from Gus, but he doesn't fall down. Gus uses the window to get information that the players from Vasco are also coming for that same spot. The fight is going by the edge of the danger zone. They will have to survive. Chucky takes Kronos to the floor with the charge buster. Receive Phone trying to get some information. Chucky gets the kill on Kronos, leaving Loud with 3 players. Loud will take Lost, will take Phone over there, and now it's a 3v3. It's a totally equal fight for those 3 teams. Juan will take K1, and Lost also goes down. Juan gets the kill on Lost. 6 kills for Los Grandes. He will take Hender to the floor as well. Vasco is trying to get a good spot to fight, but Los Grandes is dominating the region. Chucky goes down as well in the hands of Gus. Gus tries to hold on. Easy takes Juan to the floor, and they will all go down. Vasco goes down. Loud tries to hold on, and Loud will go down. So it's a booyah, Los Grandes! They had a pretty great day here yesterday, and they open up the Sunday, their second day in the week, with a great booyah, with a lot of control of the spaces.
Starting off the Sunday in the best way possible, Marcelo, and also how I missed one Purgatory Brasilia last safe zone. It is always so good when we have so many teams alive in Brasilia, because we know Brasilia is always the focus of so many teams. So amazing Purgatory map to start off the day. Black Dragons, Vasco, and Loud also doing exceptionally well, but I'm looking forward to seeing how many points Magic Squad scored, because they had so many kills when they dropped, even though they were knocked down pretty early.
And we gotta check out the highlights to confirm the points of this fall, of this drop, to see who had the best points. 20 for Los Grandes with 5 kills from Gus, 18 from Loud, and 16 from Magic Squad. Vasco, despite falling in the 3rd position, they went for the 5th in points, because Liberty also got a lot of kills, Isa.
Yes. Black Dragons Vasco could have worked better at the end game to maybe guarantee a better position inside of the match. They ended up falling in the 3rd position, but still 10 points for Black Dragons Vasco and Corinthians, which is not bad. 16 points for Magic Squad, 18 for Loud, which will change a lot inside of the standings. Magic Squad will probably take back the first position, as you've said, and Gus being the MVP for this map, also such a strong player for Los Grandes. It's nothing to expect less. He did so well with the grenade launcher. And look, the second part of the punctuation, we have Fluxo with 6 points. Bad map for them. They could have done a lot better with their position.
Metagaming with 5, Tropa with 2, 0-0 Nation with 2, Real with 1, Unidas with 0 points, which makes a great map for Liberty. They got 14 points, and all the teams that are fighting against them on the relegation and the access group zone were really bad in this map. So great job by Liberty getting a good advantage in this map. We're going for a quick break, and then we'll bring the standings to understand what happened after this map. We are back live to bring you guys the second map of the day. We're heading to Kalahari. And of course, I gotta shout out the guys on the chat here. Invincible is here with us. tThe saying GG loud. Invincible also over here. Svan Free Fire saying what a war. IPOFF, RG Kripan, Hitik Singh always here with us. Frost21, King 7, and everyone who is on the chat. Welcome to the Brazilian Free Fire League, and we gotta check out the standings to see how this first map changed stuff. Magic Squad retaking the lead as we expected. Maybe not that early, but indeed retaking the lead. Loud getting to the 9th position, taking it from Metagaming that also lost the position to Vasco, which led Vasco to stay in the 10th position. But Liberty taking over the position from Real.
Yeah, Liberty taking over Real is a really big deal for Real that we saw as a team that was in the top of the Access group, but still Liberty right now, even though they have some matches, 6 matches along Real, they still take over the 15th position. And right now, if Liberty does really well today, they might be able to make a difference out of Real, which will mean a lot when Real ends the week tomorrow. Of course, we still have 0-0 Nation in the last position, only basically 10 points away from Nachos Miners, which is a pretty close difference, but still 0-0 Nation getting to the risk of being in the last position and strictly relegated to the B series.
It's a tough fight right now for that last position. We gotta check out who will be where, and of course we're heading to Kalahari, a map that changes a lot of things, a map that makes teams use a lot more of their supports, and we didn't see Magic Squad using support in the first map. Can they bring maybe Guasha or Godkill for this map?
I doubt it due to their performance in the first map. We saw Magic Squad for the first time in longer than a week, having a really good match and having taken back that aggressiveness aspect about them. So I would doubt that they would change the lineup for this match. But we also saw Bobs and Bueno making an amazing job with the snipers. So if they are also players that can do in the support role, why do they need to change the squad?
And what Bobs can't do.
Yeah.
This guy is having an incredible season, and of course, if I was to give the MVP award to a player which is not the top killer of the season, my MVP would be Bobs. And shout outs to LifeYox FF, Shamin Ahmed, saying we're the best casters around the world. Shoutouts from Bangladesh, thank you and love to Bangladesh. Nihil Diawar, Tyreek, you're all inside of the plane because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, for the flight R23D2 heading straight to Kalahari. This is your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot Isa, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa!
And finally getting to the second map of Kalahari, while all of the teams are making their expected drop calls, and we have Fluxo going to Submarine. Fluxo that used to drop call in the Ruins area, they are now changing their drop call to Submarine. So Magic Squad is not the only team that's settled in a drop call for the finals. Fluxo right now also playing in the side of the Submarine, while Los Grandes is making their drop call at Bayfront, and Tatu is extremely close to Gus. So maybe we're gonna have some peaks of Gus to the squad of Real, while we are only at 1 minute in the map, and no one seems to have fallen extremely close to each other to start a beginning drop call fight, Marcelo.
Not an early confrontation going on right now. We see the teams getting ready, and Kalahari became a map where things are getting slower and slower and slower throughout the season. Sometimes we get that stranded player going for a place where the other teams are ready, but even though we have this spread going on, no one went for a quick kill here. We have the danger zone, actually the drone in playground. Los Grandes getting the confirmation that there is no one around them and they can go for the loot throughout the whole Bay Area. And we have the first takedown from Miguel on Pão. Pão taken down. And Unidas using the refinery drop call once again. And if you guys want to check the best streamers of the world, Booyah has Fiaspo. I'm a huge fan of Fiaspo. He plays retro games, he plays old games, and I'm really a real fan from Fiaspo here, I gotta say.
Well, I'm gonna watch it sometime while we have Miguel making the kill on top of Pão, but Pão is brought straight back into the game.
We have the players from God Unidas leaving the refinery over there and going for some loot around the area, as we see Metagaming once again bringing Pão back in the match. And it seems that no confrontation will go on through right now, isn't it?
Yes, it does seem like that. So we have a very slow start of Kalahari, which is no surprise for us, since it's something that we've been used to seeing more and more for the passing of the week. So right now, Kalahari being a slow map, and that's something that we see a lot of end games that are extremely crowded in the map of Kalahari. And 3 minutes in the map is probably the time that we have settled as an average for the teams to end up their loot and start making their rotations, right, Marcelo? So it is that timing that the teams know that their opposites, that their neighbor drop calls, adversaries are kind of making their rotations, starting to plan their positions, and of course it's the time when the safe zone starts to shrink with this new update. So this is very important for the game to be able to see how your adversaries move according to the timing of the match, and it's something that the coaches really do study well into so that they can make clean rotations, which is why we see those first 5, maybe even 8 minutes of the map being really clean, Marcelo.
And we see that the teams are indeed having time to loot. They are having time to prepare their rotations. This new metagame seemed to me that the teams are scared of this new metagame, because if they engage into fights before the rotation, they will be left behind when they have to when they get into desperate moments to rotate, and they will get trapped trying to get inside of the safe zone. The new metagame forced teams to go safer and quicker to the rotations, right?
Yes, right. Especially because the safe zone being smaller, so much quicker, it really forces the teams to take good positions. Otherwise, when they are going for good positions later on the match, they will most definitely be targeted by other teams, which is something that always makes it so much harder for them to get to the safe zone. And we know that, at least here in Brazil, we know that 2 aspects that are very important for a team to work during the match are getting to a strong position, and getting eliminations. Those are the 2 main aspects for a team to score well in a match. So if they are not able to get to a good position, they have to guarantee a lot of eliminations. And if the team isn't aggressive enough as to guaranteeing a lot of squad wipes in the borders of the safe zone, they will have to guarantee at least a nice position, a nice predict of the safe zone, which is why we see so many teams taking positions, establishing themselves inside of the safe zone so early on the map, while we have Los Grandes and Loud in Bayfront right now, which is a very usual rotation for both of those teams, and a very usual confrontation that we always love to see. Loud seems to be taking hits from Fon, but I don't know if they are going to choose to keep going with this confrontation, Marcelo.
And fun fact over here, we are not seeing Loud going after Vasco throughout the past weeks. It was a confrontation that happened a lot on the first 5 weeks of the season, and it's not going on anymore. Now it's a moment where Loud is going after Los Grandes, is having this fun with Los Grandes by the Bayfront area. Now we have Fon over there trying to get some info on the players from Loud, and the next safe zone will favor. Let's check out who will be in the best spot for the next safe zone. Is probably by the Bayfront area.
Yes, probably. But what I saw is that Magic Squad was getting very close to Fluxo, but now they use the launcher to get completely towards the other end of the map where they are getting to the safe zone. That's a very important move for Magic Squad, but Fluxo will probably be making the same rotation. The safe zone shifted a little bit south of the first one, so right now Tropa still safe, but making their rotation. They are in the border of the safe zone, and it seems like they are going to choose to take a better position. And of course, it's important to see how those positions are going to affect the end game, because so far we have had no eliminations in the match. So with 12 teams alive, it's going to be hard for everyone to be inside, to be alive inside of the safe zone, and it's going to favor those confrontations in the borders of the safe zone.
Shout out to everyone sending messages on the hashtag EOMXY saying Sundays are good when they have LBFF. William saying if Loud gets a booyah today, he will take a shower. Oh my god. A dirty otaku is going for a shower. tThe saying the most interesting from LBFF is there is no excuse to watch because it's on the internet, is on TV, it's everywhere you want to watch. Shout out to Jonilson Vilela cheering for Loud here. Eduardo F09 saying Loud is the best. Facts everything also cheering for Loud. FX Kakashi over here. King 7 Rising Star saying hello guys. Panda Solitário here saying Barabashi. I don't know what that means, man. And the grenades are coming over there. Gus will be taken to the floor. K1, who had 4 kills in the first map, now is trying to sum up some more. He's trying to get over Japa BKR as the top killer in the history of LBFF. We see that Loud is now trying to go over. The confrontation with Los Grandes is still going on as we have Vasco also dealing with Liberty right now. Noda is trying to rotate. He knows that there are 2 players from Los Grandes underneath him. But Los Grandes is an advantage because Juan takes K1 back to the lobby. The first player outside of this battle is K1. As we have Noda rotating, he wants to find the best spot to go for the kills. Some shots, some grappling hook used by Noda over there. Kronos also rotating and using the gas mask to get some health back, and he will position himself away from Los Grandes. That is also having to deal with Tropa, Isa.
Yes, Bayfront very crowded, being the spot of the safe zone, while we have Liberty on the borders of the Bayfront area. Tropa and Real trying to make their establishments also in the city, and we have some other teams right now getting closer, like God Unidas establishing a good position, and 12 teams, 47 players alive, only 1 eliminated. So getting to 10 minutes in the map, that's gonna be a crazy end game, Marcelo. And this Kalahari proving to be once again a very slow map.
It's a slow-paced map, it's a slow-paced battle. As we see K1 coming back to the match once again, Loud bringing back one of their key players. Noda was being targeted a lot, but he was able to go back inside of the house to try to regroup with their teammates because he's really close to Liberty and Tropa, which can be dangerous for Loud, and they will have to rotate downwards because the safe zone left the Bayfront area outside of its domains. Prison is also a team that will have to rotate, and we have Kiledi now looking for the best spot to enter the fight against Liberty.
Yes, and while we have all 48 players back into the game, Liberty and Tropa will probably make a confrontation, and Loud is taking view of everything happen while Black Dragons Vasco suffers in the hands of no one less than Real.
The shots are out from Mandela. He tries to go over and take down the players from Liberty. He goes outside once again to heal. He saw that other players are there. And Spill is using some med kits over there to heal as well. Triple X will put Chucky to the floor. Nice start by Real getting the kill onto the player from Vasco. Now Moreira will go down. Kiledi will bring it back. Send Hype to the floor. Pexi also turns it around. Kiledi once again taking Pato. It's duck hunting season for Kiledi. He tries to go over. Moreira is on the floor. Tropa has 3 players to try to bring in this fight. And BD Vasco will go down. They will go down on the hands of Real, taking down the players from BD Vasco.
Well, we have still Liberty and Tropa trying to make this confrontation because Bayfront is no longer safe. Otherwise, only the borders of the teams are going to be safe, and Lauju will probably make the barrier for this next safe zone. And this is very good news for Real, that's still alive and full inside of the game, while Tropa and Liberty are confronting each other.
Spill sending out some shots, trying to take down the players from Liberty. The rotation is good. Mandela and Spill are going over, are trying to get to a good positioning, and they will not try to engage right now against Liberty. And Peck will make them engage. Will go after and take Spill to the floor. Mandela knows of the rotation. Peck will go over. He shows up on the screen. He shows up on the door, and he will take Tropa to the floor. Nice job by Peck using the Charge Buster and sending Tropa back to the lobby in the 11th position. He's got the Quadra kill and the bleach blonde hair that shows that he is a good player. If you had bleach blonde hair, you are a good player. And we see there Gus trying to find Noda over there. He knows that Peck is by the wall, and he will go for a grenade. He will count on the safe zone and the grenade. He just don't know where is Peck exactly on that wall.
Yes, in Los Grandes in the barrier of the safe zone, while Loud with a numerical disadvantage is gonna need to wipe Los Grandes if they have any hopes of getting to the next safe zone.
Great grenade from Gus, putting Kawan to the floor. He will come over and lead the charge against Loud. This fight is going on for at least 5 minutes, and Los Grandes will end it in 30 seconds, Isa!
Amazing play by Los Grandes that just got the Booyah in Purgatory and coming very strongly for the endgame in this Kalahari map. Pekizing still very much hitting, not even breathing at this point, while Gojanidas is also in a good position, but they need to get past Los Grandes to get to the safe zone. And look at Pekizing, Marcelo.
Peck is keeping themselves alive. Keeping, no, not anymore. Cebolinha just found
You
him.
completely jinxed him.
I completely jinxed him. And he goes down, Liberty goes down in the 8th position right now. And shout outs to Alisson Nunes and Robert. I'ma break the rules here and speak Portuguese. Cara, a transmissão é para levar a LBFF para o mundo inteiro. É muito legal levar o Free Fire brasileiro para o mundo. A gente é brasileiro e tá levando o Free Fire lá para fora. Tem brasileiro, mas tem a galera de fora também assistindo, eles curtem muito, então mantenham respeito no chat, por favor. Continuemos, because Honey takes the first takedown and brings 0-0 Nation to a good spot right now in the entrance of the safe zone. We see Metagaming trying to go in. Japa BKR and Cias having some trouble to try to go in as well. And once again, Fluxo in a poor positioning to try to go inside of the safe to try to get to a good spot. And Fluxo will be left once again in a bad position. Japa BKR takes Kawe. Nice job by Japa trying to keep Fluxo alive, but he will no longer do it. He just goes down on the 6th position, and once again, a bad start for Fluxo here in this matchup. Los Grandes goes down on the hands of Real. Real taking down Vasco and Los Grandes, and it was Japa XL who got all the kills onto Los Grandes. The sniper rifle from Japa XL is making it count for Real, Isa. Once again, he puts 1-9 to the floor.
Yes, while Corinthians and 0-0 Nation are also complete, we have Gojanidas in a very bad situation right now, but everyone's taking hits because the safe zone is completely open, Marcelo.
And 0-0 Nation joined that fight and helped the team that was fighting Corinthians over there because they took Hazur to the floor. Now, an important rotation for Gojanidas to try to keep themselves alive. Rigby puts Vitinho XP to the floor. He has a charge buster, but Memgad also has one, and he puts Rigby to sleep. Now only 3 teams in this matchup, however, 12 players. Real has the center of the safe zone, and they got 11 kills, 7 on the hands of Japa. What a job that this sniper man is doing here in this matchup. We have here M4 Anjo here, facts everything, I'm sorry, I will not say that thing that you wrote because I don't know what it means, and I will not fall for pranks over here. Honey puts the whole Corinthians squad to the floor, and now it's a mano between Real and 0-0 Nation. Japa XL has his sights on the players from 0-0 Nation. He knows that the FFX is by the ice, and he's trying to wall bang that ice. Triple X also trying to break it to expose the players from 0-0 Nation. 2 teams fighting against the access group zone, opening up and finishing the match. tThe will get one onto the floor with the help of Antunes using the grenade launcher. tThe tThe gets the kill on 1-9, opening up the fight, but Lucky God brings it back. Antunes is sent to the floor. The FFX is throwing the grenades, but Triplo is also trying to get the kills with the grenades. Real opens up some space, goes for the rush onto the players of Zero Zero Nation. The hand cannon from the FFX deals a lot of damage, but not enough to get someone down. Japa XL goes down, and now Real has to bring it back, putting Lucky God to the floor. Dudu also goes down. There's only Honey, and Real turns it around. So it's a Real! Great job by the players from Real, getting probably their best match in the season. tThe was the one to send it down, but put this game on the hands of Japa XL, making it happen for Real, Isa!
Finally, Real getting back to their good spot, and Real right now getting a good amount of points to get to the standings in a very good way. So, Real getting this way in Kalahari with 15 eliminations, Marcelo, which of them were which were 7 in the hands of Japa XL. It's very important for Real, and we see that VM7 was not playing for this match, so it's interesting because it brings us some more questions about the Real lineup, which is something that we have talked about the entire season.
And we gotta check out the highlights because Real went for 27 points, with Zero Zero Nation going for 16. And Los Grandes keeping up a good day, but what a match by Real and what a match by Japa XL. 7 kills with the sniper rifle.
Yes, while Los Grandes makes another great map with 13 points, Corinthians regular once again with 12 points, God Unidas with 8, and this fight in the bottom of the standings, it's gonna get much more interesting because Real just got 27 points, bringing themselves closer to Tropa, to Nitrox, and Liberty. Liberty did not score as much as Zero Zero Nation, which will bring Zero Zero Nation to a better position. In this fight, it's gonna get a lot more interesting, Marcelo.
And we probably won't have Zero Zero Nation as the bottom team on the standings anymore after this match. The second half starts with Flux once again 6 points, the same number of points they got on the first map. Metagaming with 5, Tropa with 3. 5 points for Tropa still in this day yet. Only 5 points for them. 2 for Loud, 1 for Magic Squad, and no points for BD Vasco here in the second map of the day. So teams having ups and downs, some teams keeping themselves steady, but Fluxo keeping themselves with an average of 6 points per map, isn't it?
Yes, and there's one thing that I would like to bring up. It's that Black Dragons Vasco. I'm thinking that from the top 12, they're probably the team that has most matches with 0 points because they have a lot of them.
Maybe it's it, and we're going for a quick break, right? Quick break, and we'll be right back to bring you guys the third map of the day. We are back live to bring you guys the third map of the day, but we gotta check out thoroughly the standings because a lot of things changed over here. Flux retaking the 4th position from Liquid despite not having good points here today. Only 12 points for them here today. 0-0 Nation, as we expected, no longer the last team on the standings. Real, once again, a huge leap for Real, leaving Liberty 10 points behind after this great 27-point match. Metagaming tying with Vasco and going up because of the number of booyahs. So a lot of teams in a desperate need to go better here today, Isa.
Yes, a lot of teams needing to go better. And of course, Black Dragons Vasco, for me, it's one of them because Black Dragons Vasco is really taking a bad way into the championship, and they should get back to the top, to the first half of the standings, while we have Real 100 points away from Tropa right now. But it's important to remind ourselves that Real plays tomorrow and Tropa doesn't. So if Real is able to get this difference of points towards Tropa to a smaller difference, they might be able to catch them up. So let's check it out, because so far, even though Tropa has been playing some extra matches from Nitrox, they still did not pass the team, only by a point, but still important for Tropa to score well today, Marcelo.
They need to develop a great distance between themselves and Nitrox, as you pointed out, and maybe from Real, because if Real keeps up the rhythm that they got here in Kalahari, they might end up joining that fight. We still have one more week to go. Real still plays tomorrow, so they have 3 more days, not counting today. If you count today, they will have 4 more days to play, and in 4 days, if they average 50-60 points, they will get 200 and they can get over Nitrox and Tropa. It's a real danger for them right now, as Liberty also can get to it. We see 0-0 Nation trying to breathe a little bit in the standings, and the confirmation of the booyahs are here on the screen for you guys to check out. Purgatory and Kalahari won by Los Grandes and Real, and we have to shout out our friend Titan, who just got here, the husband of Vinita. It will be my eternal ship. The hashtag Vinititan.
You said some Titanita.
Titanita also really good. Also a really good ship. Titanita. It will be used from now on. But we're heading to Bermuda. Bermuda is a great map for the teams that are not doing well to hit the restart button, because if you go well in Bermuda, you get to the second half of the day in better spirits, in a better mood to try to retake the day, right?
Yes, for sure. And we have some very interesting teams playing today that usually score well in Bermuda, like Black Dragons Vasco, for example. So let's take a look at how they're going to be able to make the map of Bermuda that we expect to be a little bit faster than Kalahari. We expect to be a little bit more aggressive, and that's something that we saw yesterday. And we know that this confrontation of groups is usually much more aggressive than A and C playing together.
Yeah.
So my expectation for this Bermuda is a lot of confrontations and fighting for the teams to get some points for elimination. I'm gonna go for Flux.
Nice bet. I like this one. So I'm going with Loud. I'm throwing up the L. I'm going with Loud.
I went with Flux, so he went with Loud. That's interesting.
And shout outs to Shamir Lanaro saying we are great commentators, enjoying listening to us, and the game looks more appealing with me and you. You're beautiful as always. We together lit the game. Shout out to Hazard TV. Also over here, are we cleared? Are we cleared? Yes, we're cleared to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R23D3 heading straight to Bermuda, this is your Captain Marcel Ferrantino, and Ramasana Copalaniza invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa!
Time to drop, and finally Bermuda to end up the first half of the day. And of course the teams, claps for the Bermuda match.
Yay!
Yay! There was a game that used to use the sound, and I did play it a lot, so I do recognize the sound. So right now, all the teams going to their drop calls, and we see Tropa going for Bimazaki. Interesting choice for Tropa, while BL is playing on the place of Spill. So Spill getting out of Tropa to get BL the spot.
And this was the squad that brought the best results to Tropa throughout the season, with BL in place of Spill. And we have fights going on between Loud and Vasco. Kawan already taking down Chucky to the floor, and he will rotate. And Kawan has the bleach blonde hair that shows that he is an incredible player. And he's going full Rocky Balboa on Chucky over there, punching his ass! And we see Lost taking BL to the floor as well. Tropa loses a player, and Loud start getting lots of kills, but Hender will take Noda to the floor as Kawan brings it back and send Hender to the floor. Kawan will take the kill, but Leno puts Lost to sleep as well. He will get the kill on Lost, and Loud loses Lost and Noda.
And Lost did not have any life to count on, as well as Kronos right now does not have any kind of HP that he can count on, but Kawan will have a especially tough job getting out of the position, while Tropa will very likely really easily bring back BL to the game, and Black Dragons Vasco will probably bring back their players to the game easily as well, because they are going to get to Shipyard in a very soon time inside of the match, while Loud is gonna have the toughest job for this Bermuda map. While we see Godjanidas in the side of Mill, and the team starting off more aggressively, as we pointed out, Marcel, we were never wrong.
I love that you had trouble saying bring back their players, because I always have a tough time saying bring back their players.
Bring back the problem. When you say it fast and you're like thinking about bring back their players.
It sounds like a spring. And see us giving some tips to get better on the mobile. Easy things. He is telling you to use that space to shoot, and how to set his buttons is how
CS is a witch. You guys cannot use the same skills as him, because of course CS does something that no one else can do. I can understand this guy, Marcelo.
He said that he doesn't use the jump here. He uses the jump underneath here.
But
it's kind of crazy.
It's not how CS jumps that makes his games.
Shout out to Pranav Gaming here with us. Shout out to Ezequiel Gomes, not Ezequiel Gaming, but I am a Gomes as well. Shout out to Omkar Sangabatula here with us today. We had a Buya from Los Grandes on the first map, and from Real on the second one. Real probably still in the lead in points here today. Kid Bull here saying vamos. He's Portuguese. He's Brazilian, I mean. He speaks Portuguese. Science 1 Exam saying he's from India. Of course we know India. I just never went to India. However, I know India. We have Fluxu over there getting some space, and they need to improve their game here today, isn't it?
Definitely, Fluxo needs to go better, not only today, but their past performances were very disappointing. So let's hope that Cias brings his witchcraft back into the game, because he is such a strong player, and he is a player that makes all of the difference for his squad. So it's important to see that Cias and Fluxo get back to their good times, to their good pace, in time for the finals, especially those finals that are so important and are worth a spot in the World Series. 2 spots actually, one for the play-ins, of course, and we still have 48 players alive. We had some eliminations happening in the beginning of the map, but right now, getting to 5 minutes inside of the match, everyone was already revived, was already brought back into the game. So Black Dragons Vasco and Loud.
The fight is going on once again. Loud is opening up against Vasco. Hender goes to the floor as Loud rotates with Noda leading the charge. We see Hender and Chucky by the top of the house, and Lost went there to try to get those 2 players down. He will try to do it all by himself. He once again uses the ice to protect himself, and Chucky will put him down and will get the kill. Probably not a good...
Why did
he go for that? Not a good idea.
He already had to count on the delay of the jump.
No, we have 2 players up there. I'm going to go all by myself and get those 2 players all by myself, because I'm Jesus.
Oh my god, and Easy puts K1 back to the floor, so Black Dragons Vasco bring it all back for them. They saved Hinder and Chucky, and everything's good and back to the place for Black Dragons Vasco.
Lost his back once again in the matchup. And we have BG Vasco trying to go down. Easy will take the kill on K1. Vasco now with 4 kills. Those two teams are giving kills to each other like madmen.
I think they are trading. They have some kind of deal like, you take 3 of mine, then I'll revive them, then I'll take 3 of yours, and they're going to get infinite amount of points.
It's a good deal. Kronos brings K1 back once again. They will have to bring K1 into the game. And there we see Vasco with 5 kills and only
5 kills on top of Loud.
And only 1 player eliminated in the match.
Yes, that's very curious.
Mathematic is not exact anymore in Free Fire.
No. 48 time. No. 48 minus 5.
5 equals 1.
Equals 47.
Equals 47. And there we have Loud bringing back the player, and Triple X will go down on the hands of Los Grandes. Shoutouts to EA24YT from Sri Lanka. Fabrício Segundo here with us. Svan Free Fire, Shalom from Malaysia here. We have Heshu999 also over here with us. Sulaimani Huari. Shoutouts to everyone. Shoutouts to Science1XM from India. Jatka from India as well. And the shots are going on. Los Grandes is trying to hold Real that got the Booyah in the past map. Now they lose 2 important players in the fight. One is also on the ground. Tatu is trying to open up with the Charge Buster, but he will go down. Antunes still in this battle. And Real from Booyah to bottom Real.
The first team to be wiped in this map of Bermuda is Real, while Los Grandes has 4 eliminations on top of Real. They still have 1 player eliminated that will be brought back into the game, while the other teams are making their positions and Juan is back already. So a lot of eliminations for a lot of leaving guys in this map, Marcelo. The mathematics really did not match.
No, it's not exact anymore in Free Fire. The mathematics are bendy and they go with the flow. Shoutouts to Hunter30 asking you to marry him. We have AC80, which is a BCD gun in India.
Oh my god.
It's AC80. Titan also cheering for Los Grandes over here with us. IPO. Is this flag from Malaysia? This flag is from Malaysia, right? IPO. I'm trying to not mistake it. And the rotation from Vasco now goes by car. Vasco with 5 kills. 5 kills.
Yes, passing through Loud, that this time did not destroy their car to pursue this confrontation for the 10th time only on this map. So Black Dragons Vasco going for a quick rotation with their cars, and they are seemingly choosing to be on the borders of the safe zone to be maybe later make a smarter rotation.
Jatka asking us what we think about India. I really love the culture from India, despite not knowing the country.
I like the food
personally.
from India.
I love the food from India, and I love Bollywood. I need to say I love Bollywood. And we have Fluxo trying to come over and go through Corinthians without a fight, but Corinthians opens up fire onto the players of Fluxo. Some grenades out. Cias is there trying to get a better position. Vitinho is trying to find the players, and Magic Squad might also join this battle, but from the top down, which would be an incredible fight for Magic Squad to go into. We see already Bueno taking a good positioning by the top of that hill, and the grenades are coming over. Cias is trying to find Mengad and Hazur over there. Also, Fak opening fire onto the players of Corinthians, and it's probably the first fight that we've seen Fluxo engage here today. Such an aggressive team with such small fights here in the match. We see Osado opening up the space onto Bundy and Hazur. He goes for the Charge Buster, but Hazur used the ice to protect himself. He took a lot of damage onto the wall bang, but the Charge Buster was not enough to take him down through the ice. Some shots being taken from above. Vichinchi Space still trying to hold his position as Fak tries to rotate and find the players from Corinthians. Ousado is there leading the charge on the ice. He wants to leap over. He wants to find Bunch. He got the information on Hazur, and he will go for the shots, but Hazur with the Max 7 will get the Kappa, and then will send Ousado back to the lobby. As Japa BKR opens up, he puts Memgat to the floor and leaves the charge to CS to go over and use the help of Fak. Now CS opens up the ice, tries to go over. The glue walls are everywhere for CS to protect himself as he rotates. Fak will put Punch to the floor, but Hazur will bring it back, sending Fak, but CS brings Vichinchi Spit to the floor. He has the space. He puts Hazur to sleep. It's Japa BKR opening up, and Fluxo wins the battle against Corinthians with a surgical taking down of the players mano a mano. We see Leno over there trying to open up the space for Vasco to go once again against Loud. Lost puts the first player down. It's Hender, and he will go down. K1 gets that kill. We see Chucky going over trying to get Kronos, but the ice is open, trying to save Kronos. He will not be able to. The charge buster from Chucky will take him down. We see Lost going downhill, and Chucky will use the grenades. They will have the time to once again try to reestablish themselves onto Loud. They get lost, and there is only one player. It's Noda in this fight. It's K1 actually in this fight for Loud. The rotation from Vasco is aggressive. They are going for K1. K1 shows up, and Chucky will try to come over. He uses the CR7, but it's not enough. K1 goes down, and Loud falls on the 10th position. Vasco with 8 kills on 8 players from Loud, Isa.
Yes, Black Dragons Vasco really getting the best out of Loud. Not only 4, but 8 points from Loud, while we have them having a clear path towards the safe zone. The side of Peak is actually very crowded, and we see Fluxo, even though they ended up getting the better of Corinthians, they could have done it better. We saw Ousado make a very sudden move, a very kind of lack of patience. He had some lack of patience making his move towards Corinthians, but still Fluxo was able to reverse the situation, turn it around, and right now getting to the safe zone, even though they have some lack of team of players, but still right now the safe zone shrinking and it's closed, Marcelo.
And for the first time, Vasco gets 4 kills onto a team that is not called Loud. They got 12, and they eliminate the whole Garunida squad. On the other side, we have Magic Squad fighting against Liberty, a fight that goes from the top to the bottom of the table. We see that Tropa is also joining that battle, and Italo went down on the hands of Tropa, forcing Magic Squad to regroup and to rethink the fight. Backzine is holding the door for the players from Magic Squad. They will have to rotate through the south, and it's Japa BKR and Fak who are there trying to keep themselves alive. Fak will go down on the hands of Honey. We see Bueno rotating, opening up the space, trying to go after 00 Nation, who will be their Hodars, who will be the guys holding the door for them.
Yes, 24 players alive, Marcelo. That's a lot of people for such a small safe zone. So Bermuda proving to be not only an aggressive, but also a slow map, because we had at the same time a lot of confrontations and a lot of savings. So ended up having a very crowded map, a very eventful map. So right now, Los Grandes Metagaming and 00 Nation getting the best out of the positioning.
Fluxo finally goes down on the hands of 00 Nation as Los Grandes tries to open fire onto the players of Vasco. But Liberty is going after the players from Tropa. Mandela tries to bring it back, and he will try to it, but Bueno will get Mandela from behind and send once again Tropa to the lobby with just a few points. They will get to go over 00 Nation, but not for a lot of points. We check out now the Magic Squad rotating, trying to get the players from Liberty. They have been set outside of the gas. They will have to rotate inside, and they will have to expose themselves by the hills. We have Vasco entering the safe zone by the north, dealing with Los Grandes, and they have to deal also with the 00 Nation by the south. The fight is on between Vasco and Los Grandes. The shots are out. Cebolinha has 3 kills, and Gus is leading the chart. He will put Leno down. Oh, it was the safe zone that put Leno to sleep, but gave the time to Chucky to bring it back. Liberty will go down on the hands of Bobs. This man is doing it all. Oh my God, what Bobs is doing this season is just incredible, because saw the approximation from the players of Magic Squad and took the first player down. Bobs will be brought back into this matchup as now Los Grandes turns their attention to Vasco. 0-0 Nation will be engaging against Magic Squad. Let's check out because those 4 teams will be fighting themselves to get to the end of the game, Isa.
Yes, and for sure, Black Dragons Vasco Los Grandes already guaranteeing a lot of eliminations, and once again, Magic Squad getting to another end game, which is something new for Magic Squad. Great performance for them up until this moment, Marcelo.
Nice, Kappa by phone, nice double, Kappa by phone, getting Italo and Bobs to the floor. They will be brought back, but once again, a nice job. tThe will put Italo to the ground. No one can wait for Magic Squad to go back, and Vasco will go down on the hands of the safe zone. Now we have 0-0 Nation, Los Grandes, and Magic Squad. Lots of players from Magic Squad went down, and now there's only Drax to fight for themselves. Honey will get the kill on Gus, and Drax will go down. Magic Squad loses in their players in the 3rd position. However, still a great game by Magic Squad. Now 0-0 Nation is coming downhill, using the ice, using the glue walls, opening up the space. tThe will put Fon to the floor with a nice grenade launcher shot, and Juan is there by his side, but Gus once again goes down. Dudu will get the kill and open up the space for 0-0 Nation to have the advantage. Now they will have to engage inside of the house. Lucky God already went in. He will put Juan to sleep. One more grenade to try to take Ceboli and Fon. Fon goes down with the grenade of tThe. He's opening up the space, and 0-0 Nation is dominating against Los Grandes. So it's a boo! Yeah! 0-0 Nation! What a job by tThe. He opened up the path with the grenade launcher, with the grenades. The explosion man opened up the space for 0-0 Nation to reach their first booyah of the day, Isa!
0-0 Nation taking the rocket way out of the relegation zone. So right now, guaranteeing this booyah and really being able to building some points into the standings. Great start, great half of the day actually for 0-0 Nation, getting a great day with this match alone. So very good news for 0-0 Nation. While we still have Magic Squad being very regular, Black Dragons Vasco getting to a better position, but Los Grandes did not make mistakes today.
They had an incredible day yesterday, and they are a 63-point day yesterday, and they are once again having a great day. These guys are aiming for the top. 19 points for Vasco, 23 for 0-0 Nation. Magic Squad breathing a little bit again with 12 points. Liberty with 9, and Fluxo, they scored 6 points on the first map, 6 points on the second map, and 7 points on the third map. Now they're going for 7
by the end of the day, they will have 8.
And they will have 8 on the last 2, isn't it?
Yes, for sure. 23 points for 0-0 Nation will take them very far away in the standings, while Chucky guarantees 5 kills for Black Dragons Vasco. Great match for Black Dragons Vasco. And we have Metagaming and Tropa with 6 points. Loud right now with 5 points, probably from the 5 kills that they had on top of Black Dragons Vasco. While God Unidas and Corinthians had 2 points each, and Real coming from Booyah to the bottom, like Marcelo likes to say, and making it a much more interesting game for 0-0 Nation, because second Booyah from Real, then a Booyah from 0-0 Nation, 2 Access Group teams. That's interesting.
Shout out to Mr. Joker, who is not Joker the caster, but shout out to him. Shout out to Felipe Gabriel. Shout out to Loud Saying LBFF. Shout out to Chupa XD. Shout out to Royal Ash. Fabrício Segundo, 29, also here with us. Shout out to EA24VT. Shout out to everyone on the broadcast. We're going for a quick break, and we'll bring you guys the paused game, and then the standings, and then the next map. We'll be right back.
Salve, salve família! Carlos aqui na voz para a primeira semifinal do jogo pausado, o game show de milhões, não de centavos. Então se prepare, se ajeita e vem ficar loucão junto com a gente. Bora!
Peusado Antunes.
MVRP, os dois fraquinhos, velho.
Farfou, hein? Eu quero ver isso, eu quero ver a treta.
Quem vier contra o pai já sabe que vai ser amassado.
Quero só ver. Cite em 15 segundos o máximo de times que já foram rebaixados.
Tem que dar spoiler aí, pô, dá um spoiler aí.
Vai na raça, irmão. Eu só trabalho com dinheiro vivo.
Team Liquid, ACZ.
Flamengo, Cabum, Los Grandes, Team Liquid, Red, Kennedy, XD.
Bond, Fúria, SKS.
Já acabou o tempo?
Acabou.
Cite em 15 segundos o máximo de lugares que possuem tirolesa.
Todos os mapas ou só um mapa?
Aqui vale tudo.
Central, Golf, Tec, Bimazaki, Refinaria,
Brasília, Fields, Ilha.
Playground. Playground bota aí, Playground bota aí, mano.
Tirolesa em playground é tipo dente canino em boca de banguelo. Simplesmente não tem.
Sentosa, Marble Works,
Lambermill. Acabou.
Cite o máximo de jogadores que comecem com a letra P.
P,
E agora?
Peu,
O próprio.
Peczinho, Prozinho.
Peusada, Pedro RS.
Fala aí! Peu, falei.
Cite em 15 segundos o máximo de lugares que possuem upador de colete em bermuda.
Chip, Observatório,
Factory, Poshinok.
em Bima, do lado da Casa L também. Observatório, Graveyard, Shipyard.
Bima, Casa L, Chip. Só.
Fim do game. Quem vai pra decisão?
Mano, queria mandar um recado aqui pro Peu e pro MVR, que eles tiveram sorte nessa.
Vixe, aí não. Esse aí já entregou os pontos.
Antunes MV, nem adianta, pra já tá na final, não tem jeito.
Sorria que eu tô te filmando, Peusada. Você tá classificado pra final do jogo pausado. E aí, quem vai pegar Peu na finalíssima? Cauã, Jubinha ou Peczinho? Na semana que vem, cenas do próximo capítulo.
I love boss game. We should do it with the casters. We should have the brackets with the casters, and I bet I'd fall on the first
I'd win.
the first round.
I'd win.
You think you'd win? You think you'd win
Yeah.
over Croft?
For sure.
You think you'd win over Murilo
For sure.
against Samuka?
For sure.
Against me?
Yeah.
You lose against me here.
But I do just
She
when I'm,
loses against me here.
only when I'm distracted.
You lose against me here.
And of course I would prepare myself, so I would definitely win. My memory is very good.
You'd lose against me here.
Yeah.
Let's check out the standings to see how this third game changed all the things. We have Tropa now taking the 13th position as we expected it to happen, and Vasco retaking the 8th position. This good game that they had here in Bermuda awarded them the 8th position. Now they are going to go over Vivocate, and their fight is against Corinthians and Team Liquid, Isa.
Yes, for sure. And Tropa getting to the top of Nitrox, so 13th position back for Tropa. That is their usual spot in the standings, but they need to create a big difference if Nitrox will not pass them for tomorrow's round. So right now 0-0 Nation sticking to the 17th position, but very close to Liberty and very close to Real. That's the impact of their booyah just now. So 0-0 Nation has the opportunity to take back the 15th position, like I said in the beginning of the broadcast, and that there's a lot to expect from this point on for those teams so that they can secure their places in the standings.
Shout out to Kimaru here, who said that he hopes us to get 1,000 views. 1,500 views. If we get 1,000 views here today, I'm gonna drop 3 Angelical codes on the chat. 3. Are you in?
You're gonna drop them?
You drop 1. I drop 3. On the chat.
Simultaneously?
Simultaneously. At one time.
Sure?
Are you in?
Yeah.
Deal!
Deal.
If we get 1,500 views here today, we are going to drop 4 Angelical codes on the chat. And do your best. Call your friends. Tell them everywhere you want, because if we reach 1,500, we will get 4 Angelical codes drops here for you guys to see. Shout out to Illusionist69, and we are going back to the first map of the day, and that was a map where the teams really started slowly, as we're seeing Purgatory now getting as slow as Kalahari. But you know what is not slow anymore?
What?
The engines. The engines of the airplane that are already rolling. And of course, we invite you guys to come into the cabin. Our board service is really amazing. You have lobster and wine and champagne, because we're all serving you the best. You know why? You know why, Isa?
Why?
Because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R23D4 heading straight to Purgatory. This is your captain, myself, Irantine, and by my side, my co-pilot, Isa, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa!
Second map of Purgatory, second half of the day starting, guys. So I'm hoping that you guys are ready to see how those teams are going to be able to make their way into the second half of the day. Of course, right now we are on the half of the week, so the teams only have 1 week and a half to play for the standings and try to guarantee their spot not only in the finals but in the groups and out of the relegation zone.
We have the 00 Nation squad all positioned in the blue zone, trying to get the best loot, and we see 19 with his shining bald head and the Saitama skin by the Forge region, and the guys are getting to the chat. Shout out to LBFF here saying oi. Oi, Walef. We have Tristan Robinson also over here. Jawan Lewis also hoping we get 1.6 thousand views. But if we get 1.5, 4 Angelical codes here for you guys. We'll be dropping the Angelical, and we have him. Magic Squad already taking down one player from God Unidas. They are fighting for the drop call. It's not that stranded player going down. Junin and Mike already goes down, and Magic Squad will take their spot. Will throw up the banner, and we'll get the rocks by the end of Brasilia, Isa.
Yes, Magic Squad guaranteeing their loot across this quarry in Brasilia. So right now, they are going to be able to get back to fields, make their loot, and have a great match. But it seems like Dracta and Italo are going after one of the players that remained.
And we have that rotation from Magic Squad. They will try to come over. They will try to get Marreta by that house, as we see Drax already going over with Italo by his side. They're going for the stairs. They know that the player might be on the second floor. Marreta's rotating. He has the frying pan on his hands, and he was sighted by Italo, forced to go to the third floor, to the attic, and he will take down Drax, but he will not be able to take down also Italo. So God Unidas is left with only one player to fight, and Magic Squad is by their side, using once again the banner. Throwing up the banner, Isa.
Yes, Magic Squad getting a lot of confidence for this confrontation and getting almost the squad wipe on top of God Unidas. Rigby right now already on the other side of the island and trying to make the best that he can to hold it in for his team. While we see only Italo's banner right there in Brasilia from 1,000 miles away, and we have all 12 teams alive. Of course, Rigby is the only player left for God Unidas, but it seems like still this is gonna be a very quiet, a pretty calm match up until the end game. So let's check it out, because Tropa is still making their loot 3.5 minutes in the map, and Tropa still did not leave their area. Of course, the area that Tropa is making their loot right now, it's 3 cities wide, so it takes longer for them to make their loot. It's gonna take them a little while for them to see the safe zone and then make their rotation, Marcelo.
They do need to be early in that rotation. We know that the metagaming is changing a lot after the changes with the safe zone, and Loud once again going after the players from Corinthians, and they are by the edge of the map. They will need indeed to go faster in the rotation. Real changing and bringing VM7 into play once again in place of Triple X. Shoutouts to Aman, who just got here saying Go Fluxo, EA24VT YT actually. With us, Tristan Robinson also here. Rafa X also coming into play in place of Mamute. Let's check out how this game will devolve, because field is now a left out zone. There is no one in field. It's forgotten because everyone is rotating to where the troll safe zone is getting to. It will not be a regular safe zone as we are used to.
Yes, definitely. While metagaming is making their way into fields, Magic Squad that usually is at that area went straight for Brasilia because of their confrontation with God Unidas. And we have 5 minutes in the map, all 12 teams alive, 44 players alive right now. So let's check it out, because metagaming is just making their pathway throughout fields, and we know that some teams usually have more difficulty getting to the safe zone according to how they shut down in the map of Purgatory. We know that it's a map that's very targeted by some teams, but we still have 2 squads in Brasilia. Liberty and Los Grandes are making their way into Brasilia. They're still safe, and I'm hoping to see what those guys are gonna do for the next couple of minutes, Marcelo.
We saw Vitinho XP coming back into play after he was attacked by the Loud players. And we still have 45 players remaining because God Unidas lost 3, but they are still alive. It was Mike, the last player remaining. Or
Rigby.
It was Rigby, actually, the last player remaining, and he can bring back the whole squad if he gets to a hard zone, if he gets delayed on the safe zone. But the rotation, once again, will be in a tough position for them because they will delay so much. Gus just put a car inside of it's a garage. I thought it was a house, and I would say, how would he get a car inside of a house? Have you ever seen a car inside of a house?
What do you mean?
A car inside of a house.
Well, in the driveway.
No, inside of a house.
Who got the car inside of the house?
How do you get a car inside of a house?
Driving it inside of the house.
But it doesn't fit the door.
Well, depending on the car, depending on the house.
No door can fit a car.
What if it has one like really big door? Or what if the car flies through the window?
How would you get the car through a window? It's even smaller than a door.
No, a window might be a lot bigger than a door. It's going to be wider.
The door might be giant. You can have the Gustavo Lima house who has the biggest door ever.
No, but if the window is wider, you can get like a tuki-tuki out the window.
I mean a car.
Well, you still can get the car inside of the house.
And our director Mateus here said he loved the Gustavo Lima reference.
No, you know what? You can get the car inside of the house if the car is going to its side, like kind of like you've been in a car accident.
You
and
think
then
it's Fast and Furious? You think Fast and Furious is real?
In Free Fire it is. So in Free Fire it's completely possible.
Shout out to Utkarsh Pandey here with us, and everyone who is in the chat. And of course, we have the fight going on between Magic Squad and Los Grandes. Shout out to Emma Giannis, who was here yesterday with us and is back here today. We have Moreira taking down Rigby, and God Unidas was able to bring back one player, but Rigby goes down right after he brings out one of his teammates. He didn't take it too long. He was just saying, "Whoa!" and he died. Did you get the regular show reference?
The what?
Regular show.
No.
It's it's contemporary. It's going on right now, a regular show. That has Mordecai and Rigby. That's where from Rigby takes his name.
Rick and Morty?
No! Mordecai and Rigby. Regular show. Rick
Yeah,
and Morty are from Rick and Morty.
I don't know what you're talking about.
My God. The grenades are coming over. Cias is trying to take down the players from Liberty. Ousado is going for the front line. He's trying to take out some shots on the players from Liberty. Ousado is leading the charge. Japa BKR gets to a better position to try to get the shots out. And he might go with the Charge Buster, leaving the support role behind and going for the rush. Japa BKR, Mr. LBFF, will be trying to get the good spot for them to go. We have the rotation. We have the intelligent view from Japa BKR. He's forced outside because the grenade was coming in. And CS on the first floor is trying to get the better spot to go for the grenades. One more grenade trying to get hype over there. Impacts in. The ice was used to protect themselves. Still a standoff between those two teams. And Garunidas was able to bring back their full squad. Once again, we are reaching 10 minutes into play with all players alive in this matchup here in Purgatory. Now we have the fight going on between Corinthians and Loud once again. Vitinho XP goes to the floor. A nice grenade by K1. Deals a lot of damage, but it was Kronos who sent him down. And the kill is confirmed. We have Corinthians having to bend by the side of the trailer to try to hold on. Fluxo and Liberty finally going at it on the other side of the safe. 0-0 Nation is joining that fight, and Liberty will be destroyed by Fluxo and by Liberty. Finally, Fluxo winning a good fight for them, not losing any important players in a battle. Now we have the rush from the players of Loud. Noda is dealing with the sides. Now he is chased by Band, and Lost gets to his side to get him down. But Hazur will bring it back, will get the kill on Lost. He will have the time to rotate, but he will have to deal with K1 with the grenade launcher. But K1 sends himself down. Noda tries to break the ice. Hazur has the advantage to try to take down the players from Loud. He will rotate. Noda brings K1 back to his feet. Now he will go for the ice break as Hazur has to rotate. He has only half of his life left. He could not fight against those two players. The grenades are coming inside of the trailer from K1. We see the rotation from Kronos as well, trying to hold Hazur to the side. Hazur rotates, he twirls around the players from Loud, and he is waiting for the help for one of his teammates, and it's not coming. Hazur seems to be fighting all by himself. He will put Noda to the floor, and K1 will take the kill, sending Hazur and Corinthians back to the lobby.
But let me tell you, Hazuri really made Loud work for their squad wipe. Hazuri giving a lot of work out for Loud.
Now we have 0-0 Nation going after Fluxo. Ousado goes down, and the rush is good, but Fuck tries to hold on and tries to send the players from 0-0 Nation back to the floor. Japa BKR gets Honey ZL to the ground as Lucky God shows up. CS will try to come over, and Lucky will put CS to the floor with the Charge Buster. Now it's a 3v2 favoring 0-0 Nation. Fuck puts Lucky God down, and he will get the confirmation, but 1-9 brings it back, sends Japa BKR to the ground. It's a 2v1 with 1-9 and tThe trying to get over Fuck. They will have to deal with Fuck because Ousado is on the floor, and they cannot leave Fuck to heal Ousado. He went to heal, and the ice was changed by 1-9, not allowing him to go over. Fuck will take him down. He has to rotate. tThe is coming after him. Fuck rotates, uses the ice to protect. The safe zone is hurting a lot. Dudu is over there. He has more life than Fuck, but Ousado is back on his feet. Now we have Loud going after Metagaming on the fight. tThe takes Fuck to the ground as we see Kronos trying to open up the space to get the kill on Kawe. He puts Kawe back to the lobby as we see Fluxo going down. tThe did it all by himself. He sent the players to the lobby, and Fluxo are back in the lobby in the 10th position. As we see Metagaming trying to hold on against Loud. They get the triple kill on the hands of Pão. Now Loud is in a predicament because they only have one more player in this fight. Now we have Pão trying to reach the shots on the players from Real that are rotating through the side. Nice job by Metagaming holding Loud, but losing two players in the process. They will have to enter a really crowded safe zone by the western region of Brasilia.
Very important to point out that we still have 27 players alive, and the safe zone is completely open, and it is a hard spot. God Unidas will have a tough job trying to protect the safe zone all by themselves, while Tropa is already making their advance. 0-0 Nation is gonna make their advance, and everyone from Brasilia is gonna have to work hard to get to the safe zone.
We see Vasco and Magic Squad and also Los Grandes edging Brasilia, edging the safe zone to still have some more defense by the houses, using the houses as shelter. Shout out to Atika Liu is here with us. Shout out to Sandeep Anix. We don't actually know how long is the delay, but it's not that great. We have Bueno taking down the cars from 0-0 Nation, and 0-0 Nation is destroyed by Magic Squad. Loud also goes back to the lobby as we see Tropa trying to take the two remaining players from Metagaming. The first one was already down into Zedic. And Italo gets the triple kill, 6 kills on the hands of Magic Squad. Once again, a quiet but effective game by Magic Squad. That's how they got to the top of the standings. Pão goes down and Metagaming will be sent back to the lobby as Hinder tries to save himself from a grenade that was accurately thrown inside of the house. We see Leno now leading the charge against the players from Real. VM7 goes to the floor and forces the players outside. Japa also goes down on the hands of Hender, and Bobs steal that kill from the players from Real. Chucky will get the kill on Tatu, and Real will go back to the lobby in the sixth position. Marreta, he is close to the players of Tropa. Drax will take Leno to the floor as we have Hender over there trying to look for a better space to rotate. Hender once again opening up, and Bobs with the hand cannon shooting Hender to the floor and probably sending him back to the lobby. Now Magic Squad loses 2 important players in the fight against Los Grandes, but Cebolinha goes down. Gus tries to hold Chucky inside of the house. He gets the kill, and Bobs gets the triple. But he still have to deal with the remaining 3 players from Los Grandes. 4 teams still remaining. Italy will get the kill on easy. Now Juan opens up his path to go after the players from Magic Squad. The grenade from Gus is good. He might deal damage to Bobs, who is using some landmines. He deals a lot of damage to Juan, and he will get the takedown. Now Italo comes over. He will go for Fawn, and he takes down Fawn. But Gus takes Bobs. Tropa goes down on the hands of God Unidas. Italo will take Fonzinho as Gus takes Bobs, and Higby will get Italo. Now it's a 3v1 fight. It will not even take time for God Unidas to get the Booyah! God! They stood their ground. They were the first team to lose 3 players, and they waited patiently for their time to shine. They got to the end game quietly, and they had only to fight a single last fight to get their booyah here in Purgatory.
God Unidas coming back from a terrible start in Purgatory and getting the booyah using what they do best, that is positioning themselves in the best safe zone and just letting the time in the safe zone work and really eliminate all of the other players, while we have Magic Squad still being the punctuation leader for the map. Of course, Magic Squad was able to guarantee a lot of elimination, and that's very impressive. Magic Squad, for one more Purgatory, being able to completely clean and wipe the squads in their front to get to the safe zone. And even though this time they did not get the booyah, they still were able to get 21 points.
The top 3 was really important for Magic Squad here, for them to open up some difference between themselves, and before they will not be playing here tomorrow, and before they need to get some great points to settle themselves on the top of the standings. They were on the top for a lot of time. Once again, Flux with 6 points. 3 matches with 6 and 1 match with 7 points for Fluxo. This leads them to 25 points in 4 maps. It's really not what we expect from Fluxo.
Yes, Fluxo having a very tough time right now, but they still have 2 matches to recover from this performance, while we see Liberty 0-0 Nation in Real getting more and more interesting in their fights, because it seems like when one of them does well, the other ones do as well. And when one of them does badly, the other ones do as well. So
we are going for a quick break, and we'll bring you guys the standings and the 5th map of the day. We'll be right back. We're back live to bring you guys the emotions of the 5th map of the day, but we first need to check out the standings because Purgatory changed a lot for us. Magic Squad now 39 points ahead of before, starting to have a good distance. Vasco taking the 8th position from Vivocade, and Loud coming over to try to take the 8th position. Vasco took the 7th, and Loud wants to take the 8th. Metagaming also wants to take the 9th. So everyone coming after the players from Loud. Tropa getting closer to God Unidas. However, Tropa's playing their last day here today in the week, and God is still in a comfortable 64 points difference to them. 00 Nation taking over Liberty, and Liberty will not play anymore tomorrow. 00 Nation will. They're getting closer to Real. That fight to get to probably try to get somewhere other than the Access Group will be tough, isn't it?
Yes, and the most interesting thing about tomorrow, it's going to be seeing Netshoes Miners trying to get to Liberty and, of course, trying to get to 00 Nation. But 00 Nation playing tomorrow, it's going to make it a very tough job for them, while we see that the middle of the standings are very competitive from the 4th, again, from the 4th to the 10th position to even God Unidas right now, from the 4th to the 12th position, we have a very open chart. So we still have a possibility for some of those teams to go extremely up or extremely down.
And I think that we've settled who will be fighting with who. So it's a matter right now to see who will save themselves, who will be in the finals and who will save themselves. Shout out to Davi CRL, and Science 1XM is spamming the chat like madmen. You don't need to do it, man. We're here to bring you to the broadcast. You don't need to spam. And Kalahari was a different map. We saw Real with a dominant performance. Do you believe in Life After Love? I'm joking. Do you believe that they can... You don't get the reference. Do you believe
You don't need to sing it, just complete the sentence.
I can feel something inside that says... You don't know this song?
No.
I'm a retire. But can Real redo that performance they had on the first Kalahari map of the day?
I do think so. I especially think that they can have a regular couple of last maps in the day. Of course, it's gonna just take a little bit more work, but we saw how having a good evolution throughout the championship, especially in the middle of the season. So it's important that Hao gets back to that place and, of course, tries to make the best out of Kalahari and Bermuda.
Do you believe... I'm joking. I'm not gonna do this again. But we know that Kalahari is really slow right now, as Purgatory is the same. They are going for really slow-paced matches. The teams are afraid to launch themselves to the early rotations because they know that the other teams are going for early rotations. Do you think that the squads right now are trying to get different rotations and they still didn't understand how to do it?
Well, I do think that it's hard to be making the rotations at this point in the championship, but it also makes sense because the metagaming has been changing a lot, and a lot has been changing a lot. The teams have been going through with different postures, and I want to see that straight from Kalahari.
Chitan asking what happened to me because I was singing. I'm sorry, man. However, I'm still #Titanita. Cha! #Titanita. The love is in the air. Love is in the air. Everywhere I look around. This one you'll not get anyway. But we're clear to the coast. Let's hit the skies. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R23D5 heading straight to Kalahari. This is your captain, myself, Argentina, Marcelo Balaniza, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa.
Second map of Kalahari in the day. This is the 5th map out of 6. So we need to see something out of some teams. Some guys over there need a better punctuation. Metagaming really needing to do something with their last couple of maps. Otherwise, they will be easily passed by Cruzeiro and God Unidas that play tomorrow, while Metagaming is finishing off their day here right now. So Group C finishing their participants in the week for those last couple of matches. And God Unidos already started off with Miguel in the place of Mike.
Coming for the play and already going down. He just came into
1 minute of play, but he probably will be brought back. So Rigby with the knife.
Rigby using the throwing knife,
Oh,
trying to go over,
God.
but Pão never likes a knife.
No.
When you use a knife
no.
on the Pão, you have to have something to put in between. And no, we're not talking about violence. We're talking about the fact that pão means bread in Brazil. And if you use a knife on the bread, you gotta smear something all over the bread.
Yeah, it was blood. The blood of God Unidos.
It was blood. I just imagine Isa having a balanced breakfast with some coffee,
The blood of 5
a
Free Fire players.
a melon, bread, and the blood of screaming Free Fire players by the side.
I love that. That's my go-to breakfast.
My God, what am I doing here? I'm cited by a psycho.
And right now we have metagaming with 2 eliminations, while God Unidos is going to have to once again put back their 2 players in the map. But we saw in the last map, they had only Rigby to put back every single player of the squad, and they still got the Booyah. So maybe this is a good sign for God Unidos losing players in the beginning.
Once again, losing players in the beginning at the hands of Pão, at the hands of Brad. They tried to use the knife on Brad, but he was aware. And shout out to Umesh Sharma here with us. Fabrício Segundo laughing at the fact that you want to drink blood, you bloody vampire.
Oh my God. So right now we see Tropa getting to the usual drop call, to the last drop call of Fluxo. Fluxo, like I said before in the last map of Kalahari, gave up on the ruins to go to the submarine area. But right now Loud flying straight into ruins and hoping to catch up to Tropa. So this confrontation is gonna happen, Marcelo.
This confrontation will probably happen, and Loud is Chile Quenta here today. What is he doing? My God, what is happening? What is going on with this girl right now? Loud is Chile Quenta. Kronos will get Mandela to the floor with a nice car shot. And they will take down the first player from Tropa. Kronos wants to take down the second one, but Kiled is using the skip over there to keep himself safe. Kawan is getting the shots out, and he will put BL to the floor. He will get the kill on BL. 2 players down from Tropa on the hands of Loud. Loud is Chile Quenta. They are barraqueiros here today.
Loud coming purposefully after Tropa. So Tropa right now falling in the side of ruins. Loud launched themselves straight into the side of Tropa and are choosing to wipe their squad, while Tropa is fighting to not go to the Access group.
Tropa don't want to go indeed to the Access group. They want to be in a better position to fight in the last weeks. Let's see what will happen after this fight. We have also Corinthians fighting against Los Grandes. The shots are out. Hazur is trying to get some space. He knows that it's important for them to be in a good position on the rotation. They know that the control post is usually theirs, but they will have to leave. The safe zone seems to not be closing to that way, Isa.
Yes. Even though they are safe for this first safe zone, it is hard to tell if they're going to have a strong position for the rest of the map. While Corinthians is taking a peek at 0-0 Nation, we have a lot of teams making their way into positionings inside of the map of Kalahari, which we know the teams always rather a high ground position in this map. And right now, Sia is taking down and eliminating Bueno.
Getting the kill on Buenos Dias, needing kills if he wants to get some more points in the run for the MVP list. And Science, I'll ask you, please, man, don't flood the chat. It's really nice to see everyone chatting with us.
Oh my God, Cias is gonna wipe completely alone Magic Squad. He already took 3 down.
He gets 3 players down, and he is looking after Bobs. Chapa BKR is leading the charge. He is going for the kill on Bobs, and Bobs is wide open. He only has the eyes to protect himself. Oh my God, Chapa BKR just exploded Bobs with the Charge Buster, Isa.
And Magic Squad really being tombadas pelo fluxo. I don't know how to say that in English. How will I say tombado?
Taken down.
Não, mas tombado.
You are still talking in Portuguese. You need to speak in English for the guys to understand.
So guys, it's kind of, but it's not like knockdown. It's like more intense. It has more impact when you say tombado.
Blown off.
But Magic Squad going back to the lobby very early in the 5th map of the day. And of course in the hands of Fluxo. Fluxo needing to do better. Maybe this is the time for them to do it, Marcelo.
Maybe it's the time for them to come back through the season. Because it's been a tough few 3 or 4 weeks for Fluxo in the LBFF run. Shout out to Ginho, who says he speaks Portuguese. We both speak Portuguese as well. And you see that Isa is going ham with the Portuguese here today. Sangabatula asking what is the gun that CS was using. I didn't check this. I couldn't see what it was.
I could see it, just don't remember because I did not pay so much attention to it.
Nice.
But you can go back in the broadcast for like 10 seconds in
But
it.
probably he's asking because he don't know which is the icon of the weapon.
So go back, that I'll see it.
My God!
Go back, then I'll see it.
What is going on? Let me check this out.
And we are making this research live for you guys because we. Oh my God,
probably
Marcel!
went back too much.
Marcel went straight back to the beginning of the day. So.
No, the beginning of the map.
I'm kidding. But right now, 11 players and 11 teams, 42 players alive, and we are getting closer to 10 minutes in the map. So very interesting to see how they are going to be able to make their positions. And we have a lot going on for this time. And it was the... Put some image quality in that thing.
I'm gonna kill this girl right now. We have Hender trying to shoot out the players from Real. It's a lot of damage coming over, and Real had the best purgatory map of the best Kalahari map of the season for themselves, as we have once again Vasco trying to take the shots out. VM7 is rotating, tThe is leading the charge onto the players, and he is by the ice right now with Easy, trying to hold them down. There is a player with the grenade launcher for Real over there. Antunes will put Easy to the floor, and he will take the kill from Easy. The rotation is good. Chucky goes down as well. Hender is getting the car because Real is destroying Vasco right now, and they are taking off with Hender and Leno. Leno taking the car, and Hender going to the side on foot. Now, Leno is still trying to go over. Hender falls down. Leno will cross the river with the car. He's using the amphibian car right now and leaving the region of the safe haven, is it?
Just to make some contact out of the CS situation, I saw that CS was using probably the G36. It's a new weapon. It just came to Free Fire. So I think it was that weapon that CS was using, just by the icon, really, because, of course, we can see the name, but I think it was G36.
Now Kronos will put Eric to the floor, and Loud is trying to get closer to the refinery. Now Kawe will hold on Kawan as we see Lost trying to open up the ice to bring back the madman of Loud. Kronos puts Kawe to the floor. Loud with 2 players down. They will be forced to rush with only 2 players. Noda comes over, but Rafa X with the scythe, showing he's the Green Reaper, putting down Noda. And now Loud is left with only 1 player to fight. It's the Warlock Kronos. He will have to be helped by... He will try to have Lost, but he will not be able to. He will have to run. He will have to desperately run, and Metagaming standing their ground against Loud. Now we see the air view of the map as we have Tropa trying to enter the safe zone, but the control goes straight to Liberty. Rigby will get Leno, and Vasco goes down in the 11th position. Once again, Vasco having a lot of trouble to try to hold themselves in Kalahari. It's really a bad map for Vasco here in the season, isn't it?
The thing for Black Dragons Vasco is that even though they seem to be in a good position in the standings, they have so many matches where they get 0, 1, 2 points, which are very terrible matches, but they are always able to make it up so they don't get a overall bad punctuation. But this irregularity for Black Dragons Vasco is really their worst suit, and we know that it's a strong team, so it's hard to watch them falling so early in a lot of matches due to this kind of rotation problems, rushes errors, so it's always hard to watch that happening.
Shout out to Chad Williams. Shout out to Umesh Sharma here with us. 33's Fun Free Fire. Omkar Sangabatula. Titan also over here with us. No Mercy. Saint Bang Agi. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. And we have Liberty trying to get inside of the safe zone. It's a long run. They will probably go with the Jeep, but it will be not a safe rotation because Los Grandes is holding the door for them. God Unidas also having to deal with the fact that they will have to leave the refinery as soon as possible because the safe is away from the refinery and Metagaming is right behind them, and also the last player from Loud is
Yes, while we still have 10 teams in the map, we are getting to 12 minutes, so the safe zone is shrinking quickly, and we see God Unidas making a barrier in the safe zone. Fluxo has a good position.
Nice grenade.
Yes, nice grenade, and they are gonna probably try and take over Hell.
One more grenade from CS trying to find the players from Hell. He's got the aim, the Kobe aim, now trying to take the players from Hell. He slowly puts his aim up, getting ready for one more grenade. He has 2 more. And CS relies a lot on the grenades. One more coming in, trying to take VM7 and Japa Excel. It opens up by the foot of the watchtower. And now they see Tropa trying to come downhill, and they will have more cover than Tropa. So they open fire on Kill Edge over there. And the other player who is still alive, who is BL. While we see Los Grandes holding the door for the players from Liberty, and they will go down. Juan and Fon destroying Liberty. At the same time, Kiledi taking a lot of damage, and Ousado will get the kill, sending Tropa back to the lobby in the 9th position. Fluxo now with the space to rotate through the southwestern region of the safe zone. Loud goes down by the hands of the safe, and they will have to deal with Real. Fluxo, the kill leaders of this matchup. Something that we haven't seen for a long time, Isa.
Yes, Fluxo finally doing better and now making their advance throughout Real.
And the rush is good. Godonidas also going for the rush onto Metagaming. And Marreta will put Kawe to the floor. Godonidas wanting to have a better day than what they've been having throughout the past weeks. Now the good rush goes over and takes Miguel once again. Half-axe with the scythe, but Marreta will bring it back once again with the scythe as well. Putting down not only Half-axe, but the whole Metagaming squad. Nice grenade by CS, now taking VM7 to the floor as Ousado reaches the foot of the watchtower, and he has a hand cannon and, of course, the charge buster. He's trying to rotate, trying to find the space. He goes up, and the landmine deals a lot of damage, and Lucky God will come over, taking fucking Ousado, putting the fight 2v2 because he was far away and he helped Real. 0-0 Nation saving Real in the rush.
Oh my god.
What a bad luck from the Fluxo players. They had the fight on their hands, but 0-0 Nation from afar, sending 2 players down. Godonidas trying to hold the players from Los Grandes, taking 2 kills, and we see Vichinchi Spet taking 1. Fluxo now having to fight with only 2 players, and Fon is far away, probably being killed by the safe zone. Fon will go down, and Los Grandes will try to take Marreta, but he will go down in the 6th position. Vichinchi Spet with the grenade, holding the players from Godonidas. Once again, Vichinchi Spet goes, and he only needs to take down Miguel because he's the last player from Godonidas. One more nice grenade, dealing lots of damage onto Miguel. He opens up, he knows he needs to go inside of the house. No, he doesn't. He uses the grenade launcher and finishes off the last player from Godonidas. The 5th position stands with the Godonidas squad, but we have 4 more squads still in the match. We have Real, we have Corinthians, we have 0-0 Nation, and we have Fluxo. For the first time in the top 4 here today, Fluxo. We have 0-0 Nation leading with 1-9. The Brazilian Saitama just needs one punch to put everyone on the ground. We see Corinthians getting ready to go for the top of the house. They know that they will have to rotate, but they will first try to find their opposition to open up the space to go for the rushes.
And 0-0 Nation once again in a very strong position, this time in Kalahari and getting to the end game, Marcel. This is going to be bad news for Netshoes Miners and Liberty.
This will be indeed bad news, Barrett, for 0-0 for the teams that are going against 0-0 Nation. VM7 brings tThe back into the fight, and Chapa BKR will take Chapa XL to the ground. Real gets one player back and loses one right away. We see that 1-9 is trying to find some shots out in the barracks where Real is trying to hide, but Corinthians is coming over right now. Memgod will take VM7 to the floor. He had only a Glock on his hands. He had no weaponry to try to go after Memgod. The grenades are coming. Fluxo is trying to keep him in between this fight. They want to be left only with the end. No, CS comes over and tThe puts himself and CS to the floor. Now, Fluxo will go down because Japa BKR also went down. LBFF is trying to hold Corinthians inside of the house and force them to be damaged by the gas. Now the grenades are coming. 1-9 shows up on the window and tries to get the shots out, tries to put players from Corinthians down. He wants the advantage, but Hazur comes over, takes Lucky God to the floor, gets the kill on Lucky God, and now it's a 3v3 fight. Corinthians tries to open up the space to go after the players from 0-0 Nation. Hazur is rotating. He wants to take the barracks as a shelter for themselves. 1-9 will put Memgod to the floor. Now it's a 3v2, and the advantage is on the hands of 0-0 Nation. They get the 7th kill. Now they rotate. They want to go for their second booyah here today. They want to take some points that are necessary for them to start fighting against the Access Group Zone. We know that Hazur is using the coverage of the block, and they will go after Hazur. So finally, the Real squad goes down, and Hazur is trying to keep Corinthians safe, but he's inside of the walls. He will not be able to leave. So it's a double! Booyah! 0-0 Nation! They needed to start fighting against relegation, and that fight started really intensified here today. They get not only the booyah, but they get 8 kills to sum up to 20 points in the map, Isa.
Amazing for 0-0 Nation, dominating first Bermuda and now Kalahari. So it's going to be very important for 0-0 Nation, especially because this is probably their best round so far. So 0-0 Nation getting a much better performance in this very decisive moment of the season. 20 points for them alongside with Corinthians. Corinthians getting 20 points as well, counting on eliminations, and tThe had no lack of those. He has 6 eliminations for this map.
And finally, Fluxo getting to 14 points. We've seen
double
them score,
what they did before.
we've seen they score 3 times 6 points and 1 time 7. Now they get 14 points. It's important for Fluxo trying to come back. And in the season, we see God Unidas with 12 points. Real, once again, doing good in Kalahari with 10 points. And Los Grandes, what a steady weekend by Los Grandes.
What a
9
great
points.
weekend. It is hard to keep this kind of great performance, especially in a row. We saw that happening for Team Liquid, for Loud, but Los Grandes as well right now. And those 3 teams, in my opinion, are the teams that come strongly and come stronger than ever for the finals, especially because of how their performance has been evolving. And right now we're going to check out the second half of the punctuation in the map as soon as possible, because we have some other teams that need some more points. Metagaming, once again, not a great performance, not a bad one this time, but 9 points for Metagaming. It's not good enough. Loud getting 7 points, Magic Squad and Black Dragons Vasco with 0 points, and Tropa and Liberty with 2.
And bad also for Liberty and Tropa, with 0-0 Nation scoring well, with Real scoring well. Those are the teams that are performing better here today on the relegation zone. We're going for a quick break, and we'll bring you guys the standings in the last map of the day, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. We are back live to bring you guys the emotions of the sixth map up of the day. Say sixth three times.
Six.
We lost Tisa. Bring me the standings, my director, because we need to know how we're going to the last map of the day. Corinthians getting to this 5th position, trying to go after Fluxo. Los Grandes going on to the 900 points margin, getting closer to before. Loud and Metagaming climbing to the 8th and 9th position, leaving Vivocate in the 10th, but Vivocate will be playing here tomorrow. Loud will also be playing here tomorrow. Vasco will be playing here tomorrow. Fluxo, those are the teams on the top that will be playing here tomorrow. Team Liquid and before as well, of course, Cruzeiro. But we have Garunidas on the 12th position, really safe on distance to Tropa. And Tropa will not be playing here tomorrow. Nitrox will be, but it's a 100 points difference. Also still far away from Garunidas that will be playing here tomorrow. 0-0 Nation rises to the 15th position, leaving Real in the 16th. Now almost 20 points ahead of Liberty, but Netshoes Miners in a tough position right now, isn't it?
Yes, definitely very tough for Netshoes Miners at this point, but it's important to say that Los Grandes has built an incredible defense around Fluxo. So Fluxo will not only have to do better than Los Grandes for this next map for Bermuda, but also tomorrow they will have to have at least a regular performance to get past Los Grandes. Otherwise, they will not only have lost the leadership of the championship, but they will also lose the 3rd position.
And it's a tough moment for them. They need to come back into play, and we're heading to Bermuda. And of course, we had 0-0 Nation with the Booyah in Bermuda. Then they went for the Booyah in Kalahari. Do you believe in the triple?
Do I believe in the triple? I'm gonna say double for Real.
Double for Real?
Yeah.
We're betting on the guys on the bottom here today.
Yes, and I'm gonna give them a little bit of my confidence, so they will.
You have a lot. You do have a lot, indeed.
I'm gonna give them some positive energy.
You do have a lot. Shout outs to Iago Henrique here. Shout outs to IPO. And also Ume Sharma here. Titan is here with us. Shout outs to Savage XL here with us as well. And what my commander is on my ear. He says something. Oh, we're close. We're close. The doors are already down. The boarding is already closed, and the food is already started to being served. Isa, what do you want for your board service for the last trip of the day?
I'm gonna go for feijoada, brigadeiro.
My God, she just went for a bomb. She just went for beans with meat, with heavy meat, and chocolate chips made with condensed milk and powdered chocolate. She went for a bomb, and this bomb will happen on the top because we're clear to take off. So let's hit the skies. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R23D6 heading straight to Bermuda. This is your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot Isa invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa.
Finally getting to the last map of the day, and here we are on Bermuda. Corinthians going straight to their drop call of tThe, while Liberty and Real go for Cape Town. Real getting very close to Liberty at this point, so I'm not sure what Real is up to here. They want to send Liberty back to the lobby extra soon, Marcelo. While all of the other teams are getting distributed around the map, we see that Loud and Black Dragons Vasco are going very close to each other. Once again, Tropa, once again in Bimazaki, and Loud has a substitution. We see Will in the place of Noda. Loud has not been having the best day today, but of course they are still kind of regular. They are not that bad, but this is not what we have been seeing from Loud for the past couple of weeks. So right now, Cape Town crowded, Marcelo.
Cape Town is crowded indeed, and we've seen that fight happen on the beginning of the season. Liberty and Real, and Liberty just destroyed Real on that opportunity. Let's see what will happen right now. Shout out to Kartik X3 over here, cheering for God Unidas. God got the booyah here today. Pavitra is here saying, "You're so beautiful." He seems like, you know, that character from Disney that says, "Oh my God, he's so cute." Agnes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He just looked like Agnes here. And we have the rotation from Real. It seems that they will not try to fight. They will not try to engage into Cape Town. And we are probably going for, once again, a slow-paced match here in Bermuda, isn't it?
For sure, and right now we did not see a lot of beginning confrontations. Of course, Real and Liberty are together, but they still did not pursue it. While we see Miguel, actually Mike getting in the place of Marreta. Yeah, of Marreta. So right now, Guajunitas changing their lineup once again while we are getting to 3 minutes of the map, and Liberty and Real still did not go to this fight.
And Junin got the bleach blonde hair, which shows that he plays really well. Pexin as well has the bleach blonde hair. Shout out to King Love, sending a lot of hearts in the chat. Shout out to tThe, who just got VM7 to the floor and opened up the scoreboard for Liberty. Liberty that is performing decently in Bermuda for the past few weeks, right?
Yes. Liberty is a team that we saw having some good weeks, but not enough for them to get out of relegation. And right now they are spotting Real, making the save towards their players, and they are making their advance, but they are too far away to get to Real on time. So Real is gonna bring back the play. Oh, I just hiccups. I had a hiccup.
My God, what is going on with this woman here today? My captain. Now we have the rotation from the players from Liberty. And they are after the Real squad. They know that Real fell really close to them, and they are being cautious on the rotation. But Real was on the hard zone, bringing a player back to life. They were not even caring about Liberty. They went far away from that fight.
Oh, and look, Ousado bringing VM7 back to the lobby once again. So, Real getting in the fight right now, not only with Liberty, but also with Fluxo. Fluxo has eyes on this confrontation, and Liberty seems to be making a much more aggressive move towards Real. tThe and JapXL are the only ones left, while Fluxo seems to be going downhill to pick up eyes in this confrontation.
Now, they want to flank. They seem to be flanking and rotating the players from Real. They are trying to go after the squad from Real. And we see Pexin trying to rotate. He's leading the charge for Liberty in this fight. And he's going upstairs. tThe leading the charge. He's a sniper, but he's going for the rush. tThe will put Pato to the floor. He will try to get JapXL, but Pexin will come over. tThe will get tThe. Now there are two players down a side, and tThe is trying to hold on. But tThe holds hype. Can he do it? Oh no, he almost did it. But Pexin shows why he has the bleach blonde hair and sends Real back to the lobby. The 12th position is
tThe almost getting the clutch. It was just 1 kill away. That really broke my heart. He almost got the full squad wipe. But of course, Pexin was able to complete the squad wipe on top of Real, and they will probably be able to put all of their players back into the game, while Fluxo, that seemed to have eyes on that confrontation, just chose to get back to peak and guarantee their position. While Corinthians right now in the side of Factory is trying to make their position with the Jeep, and Magic Squad is making their rotation throughout the beach. So it seems like the safe zone has been heading a little bit towards Factory, Clock Tower, and this area of the map.
Shout out to Money from Pakistan. Shout out to Emajanis from Greece. Kartik X3 is talking in a language that I don't know. I'm sorry. Fabrício Segundo here saying an emoji with the two fingers. Chitan over here, Killer OP from India. And Money also speaking in a language I don't know, I'm sorry. But now we have Magic Squad trying to go after the players from Metagaming. The first shot was taken, but the ice covers for Rafax. Drax is rotating from one side to the other like he is a madman. The grenade is coming over, dealing a lot of damage to Eric, but not taking him down. We see Bueno inside of the house looking for the better spot to fight. Illusionists, I don't know which country is that flag. I'm sorry, I'm not that good with flags. The grenades are coming, but Kawe tried to come in through the window, and he was put down. And now the shot is good from Drax trying to take down Eric. Eric will go down with the grenade from Bobs. Now the jumps in, and Rafax puts him to the floor as he puts Bueno as well. Magic Squad with 2 players to the floor, and Metagaming is all wiped out in the 11th position. But Corinthians is trying to get some kills from afar. It's the wall. It's the flag for Bangladesh. Thank you, Illusionist. I'm a bit better with the flags. Emma Gian is asking. She's not watching Serie B. If we know which teams will play for their position on Serie A, it's still being defined. We're heading to the last week of the Serie B before the Access Group in this weekend. It will be on Tuesday, Wednesday, and on Thursday. We are having some issues with the signal over here, and of course if you want to watch, I will be casting, Isa will be casting, however we will be casting in Portuguese for you guys if you want to watch with us. And we have the signal is back on, and we have Loud rotating to try to get to the Vasco players, Isa.
Exactly, as we are getting to 8 minutes in the map, and we have 10 teams and 38 players alive, which for this time, it's not surprisingly much. So Bermuda being once again more aggressive, more faster actually than the other maps, and 0-0 Nation and Los Grandes are fighting, and it seems like Los Grandes has the advantage.
We have Juan now being brought up, and the fight will go on. 0-0 Nation with 1-9 leading the charge. Dudu FFX will put Cebolinha now. 1-9, and Dudu FFX are doing it all. They are going to get Fonzin. It's the last player remaining, and Los Grandes will go down in the 10th position, getting it back to the lobby and back to their houses. They will be back next week. Once again, some problems with the signal. We apologize for that, but it's out of our reach. Once again, we're having the fight between 0-0 Nation and Loud, and we'll soon bring it back for you guys. The signal, now we have it, and Loud started up with a good fight onto 0-0 Nation. They took the first player down, and the FFX is forced to retreat inside of the skip. Now Lost is going downhill. They are descending and trying to get the FFX, while the other remaining player from 0-0 Nation seems to be Lucky God, will go back and revive Honey. They will go for the safe spots where they can wait for Dudu to die and bring him back. K1 will take him down, and we will probably see Dudu being brought back as soon as possible. Shoutouts to Money from Pakistan. Shoutouts to Ayan Kuraule. I don't know what you're saying, bro. I'm sorry, I don't know your language. Kartik over here with us. Sammy K. Please don't spam, bro. We don't need spamming. I'll be reading every comment. We'll put Honey ZL to the floor once again. And Lucky God is rotating from where he is to far away. Now we see Osado going after Davi from Liberty, and this could probably become another fight, and this could become a fight between Loud and Vasco once again if they go after the remaining player from 0-0 Nation, who is Lucky God. Sam FF is here with us saying hello Sam, and of course, nice to have you guys here. Baxin is trying to hold himself. Japa BKR using some space over there, and Lucky God will bring 1-9 back into this matchup. He knows that he's being followed, and he will give the chance for 0-0 Nation to survive. Fak will take Baxin to the floor after he loses one of his teammates in the battle. Pato is running away, and Osado is now going full Elmer Fudd style, going Duck Hunt season, trying to get Pato over there, and he will go with the help of CS. Which one of them will try to get Pato? Pato rotates. Japa BKR goes down on the hands of the safe zone. CS will get Pato to the floor. And Japa will be helped by Ousado over there. And he goes down once again. Fak is there helping him. And he goes down once again. And then Fak helps and he goes down. And Fak helps and he goes down. And that's what happens until he gets to outside of the safe zone, isn't it?
Yes, and of course, Fluxo coming for another good match, which probably will take them a little bit better in the punctuation of the day. Fluxo that did not have an amazing day up until now. But we also see Loud and 0-0 Nation in a very good, strong position of the safe zone. But the safe zone is shutting towards Clock Tower. So who really does have a good position is Black Dragons Vasco, God Unidas, and Tropa. Tropa that also had a very bad day up until right now, Marcelo.
Shout out to ZD Sumit saying that we are amazing. Thank you very much. And of course, invite your friends to be here. Let's build this great community around LBFF. Shout out to Kartik. Shout out to Ayan Kuraule. And shout outs to Sam. Shout outs to Titan. Thank you guys for being here. Hashtag Titanita. Never forget. We have Tropa by the clock tower. They are taking control, and God Unidas is trying to take it from them. We see D3 also holding the players from Vasco. The safe zone is getting shorter and shorter and closer to the clock tower. And we still have 9 teams, 30 players remaining in this battle. And that will be a region that will be really left out in the open, Isa. So the fight will be clear for all these squads.
For sure. While we have Fluxo making their rush towards Magic Squad, once again, Fluxo versus Magic Squad. And it seems like Fluxo is getting a very tough job right now because it's a 3-on-3 Magic Squad and Fluxo only have 3 players to remain and represent in this fight.
Italo is trying to rotate, he's trying to find Japa, and the ice is broken. Japa has to use another one, and Hazur will come over and put Japa BKR to the floor. Corinthians is engaging into this fight as well. Drax will take the kill, steal the kill from Japa BKR, as Ousado takes one player down from the Corinthians squad. The rotation is good. Drax is trying to take down the player from Fluxo. It was Cias, but Cias brings it back and sends Italo to the floor. Rigby will get the last kill on the players from Liberty and send them back to the lobby. Magic Squad also goes down on the hands of Cias. Bund is now also joining the fight with Corinthians, and they know that they have the numbers advantage onto the players of Fluxo. The grenade is good, trying to find Cias, but 0-0 Nation is rotating from below, and they might end up finding Cias by the edge of the gas. Let's see if Fluxo will go for the fight. We see 1-9 over there. He knows that Cias is by that split, and he will deal a lot of damage to Cias, but forced to use the CR7, and 1-9 will go down for the save. Cias opens up, he knows where he needs to go to get the kill on 1-9. He gets the quadra, and he needs now to go after Lucky God. He breaks the ice and forces use of another one, and Cias will do it all! He will get the 2 kills on the players of 0-0 Nation and keep Fluxo alive. 5 kills on the hands of Cias. We still have 6 teams alive, 21 players, and Cias might bring back one of their players because they're coming from the south, and the south is clear for them to go inside of the safe zone. So Fluxo, if they can bring back 1 or 2 more players, they could be dangerous in the end of this match. We see K1 holding on once again, going after the players from Vasco. The grenade is good, but the players are already inside of the jeep and leaving for a rotation. They might end up finding Cias by the beach. Cias is rotating through the side, and Vasco is trying to find a good spot to run, and the shots from Loud will not be enough. Vasco is trying to rotate once again to the center of the safe zone. They are going after Tropa, and now Tropa is holding Loud because they don't know where Vasco went to. Kronos goes down, kill Edge with the grenade launcher shot will get the kill. He breaks the ice, forces the use of the Chrono, forces the use of the CR7 with Will and Kronos by that region. Kiraj is inside of the gas, taking a lot of damage. This gas is hurting a lot right now, as the next safe zone was predicted by Vasco. They took the entrance of the safe zone for themselves, and now Cias will take Will. What is this man doing? He got 6 kills, but he will go down on the hands of K1. Nice shot by K1, holding the players, the last player from Fluxo, and allowing Loud to get a good advance in the rotation. But they will send one player, it's Kronos, to inside of the gas to try to fight Tropa that have a better positioning. The shots are coming. Kronos is trying to put down, but the safe zone will put him down. Now it's K1 and lost against Tropa, Vasco, and God Unidas. We have one more team coming from the south. Which team is it? Coming from the south, who is still alive? We don't have the information on the last team still alive. And we have Kiled trying to hold for Tropa on the spot. It's Corinthians. Corinthians coming from the south with their full squad. But Easy will put Bunch to the floor. He opens up the fight for Vasco with a nice shot. He's trying to take Hazur. Hazur goes down. Leno takes Bundy and Hazur to the floor. And Corinthians now had all the full squad. And in 10 seconds, they lose 2 important players. Shout outs to Papul here with us, getting ready for the end of the day. God Unidas will take down Loud and will take down Tropa. Loud falls down in the 4th position. Now it's Corinthians, God Unidas, and Vasco trying to get the last booyah of the day. 9 players remaining. Vasco have their full squad. Corinthians has only 2 players. Memgad and Vitinho XP, and God Unidas have 3, but Juninho XL goes to the floor. Memgad gets the kill on Rigby. Now there's only 1 player to fight for God Unidas. They had the great 3-player squad to go for the end, but they lost a lot of players. And look at that shot! Look at this bullets for the grenade launcher shot. Some damage dealt to Leno. He wanted to find the shot on Juninho, and Henry is once again trying to go for the shots to the top. He dealt a little damage to himself, is it?
But it was funny. He throwing away the grenade launcher on the sky. So it's right now very tough for Black Dragons Vasco.
Miguel will go down and it's a fight. It's a 4v2 fight for Vasco against Corinthians. Vitinho spin, Memgad makes it easy. Now Hinder tried to bring it back and BD Vasco will fall. So it's a booyah, Corinthians! They've won the 4v2! They easily sent 2 players down. Leno and Hender went down as fast. Leno, easy and Chucky actually. And Leno and Hender was the last 2 players remaining. Vitinho XP and Memgad showed why they were cornerstones of this Corinthians squad, and they got a booyah, Isa.
Corinthians working perfectly the calm and being very patient for this endgame and guaranteeing the booyah on top of a big disadvantage against Black Dragons Vasco. Black Dragons Vasco literally handed out this booyah for Corinthians, but also Corinthians playing very well with the remaining of 2 very experienced players. They are able to guarantee the booyah, and with that, 21 points for the map.
14 for Fluxo, 6 on the hand of Cias, who saved Fluxo and sent them once again to a 14-point match. They finished it off really better than what they did on the beginning of the day. God Unidas also with the strong finish, 13 points. Loud with 12, Vasco with 11 points, and 0-0 Nation with 9. Also a great day by 0-0 Nation, the double booyah, and some good points on the other maps as we're heading to the second half of the table. And Ayan Kuraule is asking us to tell Salam, Rocky Bhai, Salam. He is one of the great casters in India, and people say he is just like me. We have the second page of the points coming up on the screen as soon as possible for you guys to see how the other teams pointed out. Because it's we still have 6 more teams to see. We have Magic Squad with 7 points, Tropa with 6, Liberty with 6, Los Grandes with 2, Real with 2, and Metagaming with 1, Isa.
Yes, right now Cias is getting 6 kills on this map, and this makes me wonder how far along Cias is on the MVP. Maybe Cias got to Yago, and right now he's gonna make a lot of work for Yago and put up a big of a fight in the MVP. So I'm curious about that.
Let's salam Rocky Bhai.
Yeah.
Salam Rocky Bhai.
Salam Rocky Bhai.
Thank you for being here with us. Faraz Productions is here. Kartik X3 is here with us as we are going to see who was the MVP of the day here in this day. It was Gus. We didn't talk a lot about Gus, but he got 14 kills, 8 assists, and almost 7,000 in damage here today, is it?
Of course, Los Grandes having a great and very regular day. Of course, Gus is standing out. He's one of the highlights for Los Grandes, and he is one of the players to watch out for this season. So, Gus getting it all done for Los Grandes.
And now I'm curious, which is the best team of the day? Who is the best team of the day? It's 0-0 Nation. The job that those guys had here today was incredible. 1-9 with 12 kills, Dudu FFX with 10, Honey with 9, and Lucky God with 7. And it shows that the teams from the bottom are fighting to try to leave. Yesterday we had Nitrox as the best team of the day. Today we have 0-0 Nation. So the guys on the bottom is giving them all to try to leave the relegation zone, isn't it?
Yes, for sure, 0-0 Nation showing their full potential now that we are getting closer to the finals, and 1-9 guaranteeing 12 kills for the team. It seems to me like Purgatory is just the only map that 0-0 Nation should really get a better study of, get a better practice of, because they ruled Kalahari and Bermuda. So very well played for 0-0 Nation, one of the teams fighting to get out of the relegation zone and to get as far as possible along in the standings.
And we gotta check out the highlights of the day to see which other teams went really well here. Once again, Los Grandes showing up on the highlights of the day. 75 points for them, and Corinthians with the Booyah in Bermuda to end up the day with 66 points as the third best team of the day. And look at Magic Squad. They got 33 kills. They got a good
Most of them
start.
in Purgatory.
Most of them in Purgatory. And they could have been one of the best teams of the day, but they were so irregular with positions that they didn't show up here.
Yes, for sure. And Kawan showing up again in the MVP list for the day, while Gus, of course, as we saw before, is the leader and 1-9 with 12 kills, is in the third position.
And Gus was on the kill leaders list for the season.
Yes.
I am eager to see where he is right now, but we gotta check out the standings first to see how the day finished off here today, because lots could have changed, and we know we are heading for the last day of the week tomorrow. It's the second to last week of the season, and Los Grandes stood their ground. They set themselves in the third position. They will probably lose the third position to Fluxo tomorrow because they will not be playing here, and Fluxo will. But what an impressive run we've seen from Los Grandes. They left the 12th position just 2 weeks ago, and now they are in the third position, really close to before.
Yes, yes. Los Grandes doing amazingly. Of course, counting on Fluxo to have a regular day at least tomorrow, they will pass them, but still, Los Grandes can get to the top 3 in the next week, maybe for the time that really matters, because, of course, last week we are making it final for our final, so we are gonna see how those teams are gonna end up in the standings, while we see that 0-0 Nation has passed Real, so 0-0 Nation tomorrow having the opportunity to become very solid in the 15th position.
And what a great day. How does the great day that 0-0 Nation had changed their fate in the competition? They were behind Netshoes Miners. They were the last place team to start the day here today, and they went to the 15th position and settled themselves outside of the relegation zone for this weekend, because Liberty will not be playing here tomorrow, so they will not be surpassed by Liberty in any means. So they are already safe that they will not sleep inside of the relegation zone here in this weekend. Tomorrow we have Nitrox playing, trying to get to Tropa, and we have Cruzeiro opening up a big gap in the top 12. So we're heading to the last week with at least some certainty of what is going to happen in the season, to end the season here for you guys. And we gotta check out the kill leaders list, because Gus is making it count. Cias 1 kill now behind Iago. He had a good day here today, but he's still 1 kill behind Iago. Hender showing up with 115 kills, and Trap with 111. Where is Gus?
That's a mystery that we only will see.
Where is Gus right now? We're going to check this out, and we'll bring you guys the information. And of course it happens, but Hender and Trap getting closer and closer to MTS as well, and we'll be bringing you guys this information as soon as possible. But once again, Isa, we're finishing off this amazing day here, and it's once again a huge pleasure to be with you. And of course, don't forget to follow us on our social media at FF Esports, and don't forget to follow me at Marcel Fiantini, Isa at Isa13. And we got the teams that will be playing here tomorrow, the schedule for tomorrow, for you guys to check this out. Isa, it will be groups A and B, and we're going to check out which are those teams, because Isa, it will be a definitely a hot day.
And I hope you guys are up for 8 p.m. rounds tomorrow, so we are gonna see how those teams are gonna do, and we are gonna finish up the week. So I'll wait for you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Marcelo. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.
We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. here in Brazilian time, and of course, we'll be watching it from the sky because we're clear to take off. Let's hit the sky because it's time to drop. I see you tomorrow.